Okay, here we are again. I usually don't get tired of saying that, but I'm sure by the end of this project I'm going to come to each stream being like, here we are again. I feel like I'm already getting to that, honestly. This game is so long. Anyway, we'll wait out the music like we usually do. And then we will do 3 quests and then immediately go back doing side quests. Four quests, excuse me. One of which is a side quest, then 3 main quests, and then we're back to doing side quests again. Oh. This X-Pack is paced like a heart attack. Like, without my input, it's paced like a heart attack. So this has got to be even worse. So maybe 7 maximum. Sorry, just looking at my calendar. Trying to figure out how much more of this game we'll play before Cole goes on vacation. Hey, Freaky Slime Dude, how you doing? Welcome back. Long time no see. We are just chugging along through the Shadowbringers X-Pack of Final Fantasy XIV. I'm ready for it to be over, but it still has approximately another 15 streams to go. That's actually not even true. It's probably closer to 18. Basically, with Cole's vacation factored in, if we get this game done by April Fool's Day, I'll be happy. So. And Marie's here as well. Hello, Marie. How you doing? Why are we still here? Just to suffer. Every day I can feel my leg. I've never actually seen the full clip of that. That's all I know because that's where everybody cuts it off in the meme. So. Yeah, a long time no see. That's okay, Freaky Slime Dude. You come on in whenever you feel so inclined. We will be here. I appreciate you being here. Glad to have you along for Ms. Ishikawa's wild ride. I want to get off Miss Ishikawa's wild ride. She won't let me. I'm not allowed. Or rather, I'm too stubborn to be allowed because I'm genuinely trying to hard-head my way through this brick wall. Even though I haven't really wanted to be here since the first stream. But I am determined to give the internet a play-by-play of this dumpster fire of a video game. And this is just the continuation of that fire. We're gonna need to get, like, the California wildfire group on this shit because it's been burning for a long time and I don't know how to stop it. How you doing, everybody? Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the stream edition. Last time, we finished up the Omegascape completely with, honestly, like, and I understand Marie told me not to question it because the more I questioned it, the more my brain would go crazy. But really, the last quest there, the last section of it was really fucking stupid. Like, the rest of the entire quest line felt pretty well put together, but that kind of just ended on a kind of a sour note for me. I mean, it was still pretty good. probably some of the best that we've done this X pack, but yeah, I don't know. It just didn't. The ending part. I mean, okay, so the ending part when you see Alpha and the little contraption running around, that's cute and all, and that's a good little thing because he's been, you know, stuck working for Omega forever, but the actually getting into the rift part was really fucking stupid. And like getting out of the rift, I don't know. Anyway, rank 8 of the Pixies, and then we can continue with MSQ. Well, I'm glad to hear. Glad that I could make some small contribution to the Dream Realm. Yeah, as you do. I mean, you know, it happens. Onlad's going to take a little while to get used to not concocting nightmares, so... Oh, okay, sure. Let's go see Onlad, then. See if they've finally come to terms with being reincarnated Titania. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to mention. It was actually going to be the intro, but then I started on the dumpster fire chat. The whole thing that I did in order to get into New Game Plus to do the tank roll quests was a plot contrivance. It's completely stupid for... It would be completely stupid for Omega to upload their consciousness to a contraption that is so far away from where they died that it doesn't make sense that they would even be able to do that, let alone the fact that the contraption was not alive when Omega died, so there's no possible way that they could have done that. I did it as a contrivance because I had no other way of showing off the tank roll quest, so I said, okay, well, let's just take the stupid plot contrivance and move on. Apparently, there's a quest line in Endwalker where exactly that happens and you're supposed to just accept it and move on. Again, do not question. Only consume media and get hype for the rest of the media coming forward. I hope something interesting happens in this episode that gets me off this lividity. Because I feel like all I've done for the first 8 minutes is spit vitriol about this game. Anyway. Well, it's a place where you guys can play all day, because it never cycles, like time doesn't pass in Limeg, so. And what's that? Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm sure they would have preferred that after, you know, before they turn into a Sin Eater, so. Sorry, it looks like a fever dream. It kind of is, honestly. This is the dream realm where all of the children of this area that we're in, this is where they go when they go to sleep. So, it's kind of quite literally a fever dream. So. Well, there you go. All you guys need is a partner to help you through. Damn, I'm so epic. You got it right on the first guess. Congratulations, you win today's internet cookie. I don't have money to give out to you, I'm sorry. The network won't fund me, so I don't have money to give out to you. But I'm doing my best. Well, good. Yeah, again, that's a PR issue. You're gonna have to talk to the king about that one. They're never gonna get over this, are they? Thank you! Yeah, you guys absolutely cannot do anything with me. Feoul will kill me and then kill all of you. Or maybe the other way around, I don't know. I'm sure I'll have reason to come see you again. I've got most of my classes all the way leveled at this point, but maybe I'll decide to pick one of the other ones up again. You'll drink some water in victory. That sounds like a plan, Freaky Slime Dude. Hydration break to celebrate your victory. I will raise a... well, it's not a mug, but a flask in your victory. There you go. Okay, well, anyway. I see they put a scree cookie here as well. That's just great. Anyway, let's head back out. This quest is pretty much just like a... It's like most of the other Beast Tribe quests where they're basically just like, hey, thanks for saving us from this... Oh, another scree cookie. They're like, hey, thanks for saving us from this issue that we had. and congratulations, you finished this quest line. So we'll just turn this in, and then we'll be back to the main stuff for, again, approximately 3 quests. But don't worry, it's not like it'll only take us about 20 minutes to get through those 3 quests. There are a lot of cutscenes to get through today. Well, I think Feol would be okay with that, as long as you don't, you know, decide to try to turn me into a leaf man or something. I wonder if that's reversible. Probably not. Or maybe they just never tried. I don't think I want to be the one to test that. I don't know. I feel like the kids would kind of just be like, you know, that's kind of cool. I feel like adults would be like existential horror about it, but kids, they'd probably be okay with it. I'm glad to have assisted with your problems, and I will attempt to spare time to visit you, especially considering I still have a whole bunch of your currency to spend over here. I don't have any gear to stick the materia in right now, so that was why I was waiting to spend it. But for now, we've achieved rank 8, Bloodsworn, with the Dream Spinners. That's cool. What do I get for it? Nothing. Because there are no Allied Beast Tribe quests in this X-Spec. Oh well. Alright, back to this depressing place. Let's go back to the pendants and start working on the rest of the quest lines that we have to do here. I think I might swap to Ninja, actually. I feel like the Plague Doctor uniform might look a little uncanny in some of the cutscenes that they want you to take very seriously coming up, so... I am, yes. Yeah, you could say that. I was a little under the weather, yeah. I may also go under the weather at any time at this point. It's not... I haven't beaten the illness. Yeah, I'll say. I wonder how it got that way. You want me to reassure the citizens because I'm okay? I mean, I know I've been helping them out, but... Okay. I guess I'll go have a chat with them. I mean, it's not like the Crystal Exarch is here to reassure them, so I guess it's my job now. Thanks, Graha. Leaving me with all your hard work. That is a gigantic orange, or is that a grapefruit? It looks like Nashu's bomb, actually. Like, there's a pumpkin growing in this tree. I never noticed that before. Oh boy. Hey, Cole's here. Ready to go in the call, Cole? I only just started up with the MSQ stuff because I was finishing out the Pixie Beast Tribes, so. Yeah, you could say that, Broggy. They looked ready to drop. They didn't... Okay, anyway. I can't tell you all the gory details. You know, that it isn't the first time that's happened to me, believe it or not, Broggy. Yeah, that's true. So we're gonna have to get him back. Well, that's all fine and good, but I hope the Sin Eaters don't visit you guys while the Exarch's gone. No one else can put the shield up. None of you have Allegan bloodline in you. Call's ready for the call. Let's bring him in. Bring him in the call. There he is. Oh, hi.
The Crystal Exarch gets kidnapped by an Eldritch abomination in the form of a human body. Nothing he can do about that because he got fucking shot, Jimmy. Skill issue. Just teleport back to be a leader to your people, forehead.
Well, I'm not saying he should teleport back. I'm saying these people are fucked if the Sin Eaters get here. Again, they cannot put the shield up. I mean, it's not that they have any, like, commanding officers anymore because we killed all the Light Wardens, but if anything, that would make them do something drastic even more. Not to worry, though. Viewers, they will never, ever make it to the Crystarium because they didn't think about that as a possible point of contention. So. No, let's go back to Spadrix, because apparently Miss Kessamil is worried about me. Wish they did more with her character. She seems like a cool character. But she gets like 3 lines of dialogue across the whole X-Pack. I am alive, ma'am. Really? Well, they must have been really concerned about the lingering light ether from the battle. Yeah, I probably would. Honestly, at this point, I should probably just go to the inn at Journey's Head and wait out my sweet, sweet death.
Or you could throw yourself into the void.
Yeah, I could do that too. That would make a lot of sense. They won't let me, but that would make a lot of sense. Just, you know, casually go unlock Reaper and be like, okay, I'm fine now. Let's go murder Emmett Selk.
Yeet.
So you're telling me that my friends are doing the same thing that, oh, what's her name? The one that I've been doing the leatherworker quests for. That's how forgettable she is. I can't remember her name now, even though we just did quests for her. She doesn't sleep either in between those quests.
Nobody sleeps in this expansion.
It's not good for your
Nobody
health.
has a work-life balance.
It's not good for your health. People need to know when it's okay to take a break. I do. That's probably why I haven't turned into a Sin Eater yet.
Oh!
Alright, let's go see Morin, who, again, is another character that I feel like they wanted to do more with, but he got like 3 lines of dialogue across the whole X-Pack, even though he was one of the first people you talked to that could tell you, here's how the world works around here. And what are you looking up this time, Morin? No. Why would you think it's a figment of your imagination? Have you not been sleeping either, man? That's even worse for a librarian.
In the defense of literally everyone in the Crystarium, the night came back for like a week, and then the day came back.
Yeah. So now they're all like running around like crazy people. Like, oh my god, what do we got? What are we gonna do to fix this? It's like, I hate to say it, but you can't fix this. I have to fix this. Because Square Enix leveled all of the conflict that it created itself on my shoulders. Well, let's think about it this way, Morin. Out of all the books in here, maybe one of these bookshelves has been written in the last 100 years, and all of them are theory crafting on the flood. None of them would have the foresight to say, should the night ever return, and then immediately come back a week later, this is what you do. Because no one knew what the flood was to begin with.
All these books, and I still can't find a single fucking reason why all this bullshit would be happening.
Nope.
In Morin's defense, he seems like the kind of person who was raised in this fucking library. Everything he's ever wanted to know is contained in one of these books.
He's the librarian of Babel. We just go down to the floors we haven't been to in the library, just go straight down that way, and it's just bookshelf after bookshelf after bookshelf of gobbledygook words that mean nothing.
I don't like this game's scripting.
Oh, good lord.
It's a joke.
I know. It's usually coming out of my mouth, though.
You've turned me into a jaded monstrosity. How do you feel?
Well, that wasn't my intention. Such devastation. I don't know if... Theuna, that's her name. I don't know if you guys could do anything to help with the crafting and the gathering. I mean, Frithric relied on me to catch all the stuff for the mysterious illness that's been going around. So I guess I'll just go catch something. It's just my omega-3 levels. They're too low. I mean, technically speaking, you guys did provide me with sturdier accessories because I upgraded my accessories with the hunts over there, but with Clan Nutsy.
Me, still in level 70 gear.
Yeah, well, you know, it does take a while
until
to
I hit level 80.
It does take a while to get all of the stuff I got with the Saxon nuts. It probably took like 3 weeks of doing hunts every day, so.
Damn.
But remember, I didn't have all the hunts unlocked, so that was why it took 3 weeks rather than like... Let's see. Each one would be 55, so for each class you'd need 265 sacks of nuts. By Thursday you'd be able to get 110 per day. So you'd need to do like a week's worth, maybe 8 days worth of hunting to get all the accessories I got. That being said, by that point in time you won't need them because we'll start getting gear that's pretty close to it anyway, so... And what kind of challenge would he enjoy there, Glennard? Can't get Ciela to do it for you? Yeah, I suppose they are serving up a lot of liquor right now.
Just a little boozy.
Mm. So who's this Grenold guy? And why does he sound so familiar? Great. He didn't even leave you guys a clue? You're lampshading the fact that he's going to show up in like 6 quests, aren't you? They're just completely, like, they're self-aware of the idea that none of this makes any sense at this point. They're just rolling with it. Like, nah, it's fine. You'll meet him soon enough. Just roll with it. It's like, okay. Honey, it's 4:30 p.m. Time for Final Fantasy XIV to beat you over the head with its story again. Yes, dear. Yeah, I suppose I'm still, probably by all of your standards, sick as a dog, but,
I mean, you look like a damn zombie.
It's not a wonder I'm wearing a hood over my head. Well, a bandana and a mask. A regular that's eager to see me. Is it Giat? Because she's about as regular as they come. I almost feel like I should leave my friends here to defend the Crystarium if I have to run off to wherever the hell Emmett Selk went. Because I feel like if I don't, they're just going to get attacked afterwards, Oh, there you are. Invite to party.
Whee.
That is a relative question, Catless, and I don't know if I can answer that at the moment. Is there a sitting area at this watchtower? Uh-huh. So what you're telling me is go there and maybe I'll glimpse some, like...
The fucking name of this description of what you do. Take a moment to feel the wind upon your face.
Yeah, hang on. I'll show it in the quest log in a sec once I get down here. There. And when they say take a moment, they really mean a moment. Remember all the cutscenes I was talking about? Hang on. Hi, Skip.
Hey, Skip.
Hold on, Skip. Good boy. He'll be better soon enough. We just have to get him there. Oh, look, another lookout point. See if I can grab it. I'll do a couple of jumps down. I don't know from where I would want to jump down to get to it, though. I think it's too far to go from here. I mean, maybe I could do it if I, like, sprinted down the railing, but I think I'll just go up one more level. Yeah, see, this is probably better. Maybe if I walk off. Okay, a little too far. I walked a little too hard. Need to walk at a slightly slower rate. Or just not push forward at all. Maybe turn around while I'm doing it,
Maybe.
Let's see. Just gotta line it up real good. And then... like that. Oop, okay, I missed ever so slightly again. It's tricky to land on, I'll tell you what. Alright, one more try, and then after that I'll go feel the wind on my face. We've already got enough to do today. I can't be messing around with these sightseeing logs. Yes, that is precisely the problem that I was facing. Right there.
I was trying to land on it so that you could blow yourself up, and then I could res you on top of it.
Oh, that was too short that time. Okay, that's enough. I'll do it on my own time. I already did the one that was over in the marketplace anyway. It was just a matter of jumping down from the railway up on top, and then, but you don't jump directly down on it. You jump on the tent next to it, and then you sprint jump to the tent that it's sitting on. So, all right, well, let's feel the wind on our face then, shall we? The wind and the radioactive sun that's back again.
It's your fault.
I know. Square Enix won't let me not have it be my fault.
The people of this city have spirit, I'll give them that. They've not lost the will to fight.
I guess they would have to have spirit, wouldn't they, Ardbert? Because if they lost... I mean, honestly, they are fucked, though. Like,
I can imagine how
they can't put the shield up.
Looking at that sky. Knowing what it means to everyone. And that you're responsible.
I'll tell you how I feel. I feel like Square Enix needs to lay off the fucking conflicts that they're leveling at me when they're the ones that made the mistakes. It is all such a mess. I mean, I've fixed messes before.
Aye. An all too familiar one. Here you stand alone, expecting no one else to bear the burden for you.
I don't know what you're talking about. I quite literally could not have gotten here without a little help from my friends. I don't know, all this stoicism that everybody seems to be leveling at me all of a sudden. I haven't bared the burden of any single conflict in this game without everyone else's help.
You're in a corner, and there doesn't seem to be any obvious way out.
I mean, the obvious way out is to beat Emmett Selk with all the light ether that I've got in me. Hell, at this point, I'm so radioactive with light ether, I could probably stand next to him and
However
kill him.
hopeless it seems, you haven't lost yet.
My skin!
It burns us. Albert, if you're trying to give me a pep talk, you don't need to. I know what I need to do.
I remember looking up at the sky like this before. Being caught up in a strange kind of calm.
I'll let the man go off. He can't talk to anybody else but you.
Yeah, I know. I guess that's fair. Did you look up at the radioactive sky and feel calm, or did you look up the actual sky?
It was after we realized we were responsible for the flood. When we resolved to journey to the source by taking our own lives.
So how slow was the flood then? Excuse me. Because it sounds like you guys knew, like, it's a flood. Usually it's pretty quick.
One last failure. And then the
To be fair, they never said that the flood was instantaneous in the game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Just that it was slowly all-consuming the entire planet.
It's just, they use the word flood to describe it, so it evokes this kind of sense of it just happening really fast, you know?
There were times in the years and decades that followed when I wondered if we might not have been better off just letting the rejoining happen.
I don't know about that one, Ardbert. That sounds like quitter talk. You're supposed to be giving me a pep talk right now.
Mistake. But seeing that giant Talos stir to life cured me of any doubts I still had.
I'm glad it cured you of doubts. I have only more questions.
Always we took the burden of fighting upon ourselves. That's what heroes do, isn't it?
No, Ardbert, that is not what heroes do. They don't take the burden of fighting upon themselves. They look to their friends and they say, we will succeed. And when we succeed, we will bear this responsibility of forcing the world to never do this again. Those are heroes, Ardbert.
Anything like that. Our people coming together as one.
Well, I guess I'm glad to show you something novel. Usually you don't get to see that in the afterlife.
To think that their hope still burns so bright. That they were still so eager to live, they would lift up their fellows, one on top of the other, till they reached the sky.
I'd like them to reach higher than the sky. We need to find space again. I need to see the stars.
We made the right decision. And I can finally feel proud of the part we played in helping this world survive.
Well, I'm glad I helped you get over that. You needed about 100 years worth of therapy at this point, so...
A little bit more.
Yeah, just a bit. What do you think this is, Ardbert? Sonic Forces?
Well, come on then.
I mean, if I say Wonder Twin Powers activate, we might fuse, and I'm not sure if that's the right thing. Double boost! Are you burning? Is that a burning sensation, or?
What happened between us was no coincidence.
So it's definitely possible, then.
My story may be finished, but the fates have gifted me a minor role in yours.
Uh-huh.
I suspected as much the moment I realized you could hear me.
You're really forward-thinking, aren't you?
It's hard not to doubt yourself when you're the man who caused the flood.
Yeah, but you've had 100 years to come to terms with that, man.
I was afraid to do anything more than watch for fear of making things even worse.
Come on, it's me we're talking about. You couldn't have made things worse. I do plenty of that on my own.
But no longer.
Makes me wonder how you're the only one who can solve this tomfuckery most of the time.
It's now yours to finish.
It's ours to finish, Ardbert. You're gonna be here to help me with it. Even if it's just watching.
For what it's worth, I cast my lot with yours. If you need a push, I'll be right there behind you. If you lose control, I'll do my best to stop you.
I don't know if I need you to stop me. If I lose control, I will potentially expunge Emmett Selk with a bunch of light ether. I just need you to direct the beam, man.
So, let us be about it, hero.
Yeah, alright. Good talk. Good pep talk. Glad to help you.
Worried you were up here all alone,
Oh.
brooding and fretting and wallowing in your woes. But look at you. Grinning at
Pollen
nothing like a
drunk
pollen
pixie.
I don't know if getting drunk on pollen would be a good idea for me. I'm pretty sure my anatomy couldn't take it. But it's good to see you again. I'm glad they're letting me talk to you.
Look at what you've done to your ether. It's a mess. And you have cracks running all through that pretty soul of yours.
You're saying that I did this to my ether. You're incorrect. Square Enix did this to my ether. I blame them. I demand recompense.
My poor little sapling. Whatever am I to do with you?
Do you think we could fix this in the dream realm? Like, scatter the ether among the rift between dreams and reality? That would probably just make things worse, wouldn't it?
Shall I yield up my throne? You could claim it, cut ties with the mortal world, hide away in the castle.
Yeah, but you know that's just gonna make another Light Warden Titania if I do that.
It won't fix the problem, but would it really matter? If any pesky heroes come calling with steel and magic, all of Il Meg will rise up in your defense.
But that will literally be a temporary and fleeting thing because the rejoining will happen and everyone on this star, including all of the pixies, will die and will never come back. I couldn't do that to you.
My crown and scepter are yours, if you want them.
I couldn't take that from you. I couldn't take that from any of you. Especially considering the problems that it would cause.
Don't give me that look. Of course I knew before I asked that you'd never, ever heed such a wicked suggestion.
So then why are you teasing me?
And besides, what would become of my precious and ephemeral flower?
You need to put me in the dark ether, Feoul, so I can bloom properly.
My dear beloved sapling, you are lost, confused, and have precious little time to gather your wits.
Tell me a story I don't know. That's like Tuesday for me.
Your kind is always
Just
so
realized that
preoccupied with
Faol
what
is like
lies
a
ahead,
head shorter
and
than
so
me.
we muddle your vision with fog and glamour. But
Lalafell
such trickery
problems.
is easy to see through. Stand very, very still. Think not of where you need to go, but where you are right now at this moment, at this time, in this place.
Faol, you know how light ether works, right? Light ether is stasis. It's literally the collapsing of movement. If you don't move, if you stand still, the light ether will take hold of me faster. I will die faster. Your flower will wither faster. I need movement. I need change. If I stand still for too long, my body will crystallize into light ether. Seen cemented Faol as best girl in the X-Pack. She genuinely cares for you and your
From
well-being.
shadowed hood, he watched you go.
She definitely has
His
that
ruby
feeling to her.
eyes with warmth aglow.
I can't really call... I don't really know if I have a best girl, honestly, out of the X-Pack, because I can't really call Faol that, because Square Enix keeps having her blame you for Square Enix's problems, and I cannot get past that, but
See yourself.
I'm glad
as
for her
he saw
genuine
you,
concern.
and that shall be the clearest clue.
If we're talking about Graha, I don't want to see myself the way he sees me, because he doesn't see my crafting and gathering levels. Those are the important levels.
You stand in his garden, dear sapling. Ask his flowers what they know, and you will surely find an answer.
Sounds like I need to find Lena then. She was the
What will
closest
you do
person
with
to
it,
him.
I wonder? I'll be watching and waiting. Waiting and watching.
Well, that's a good fail. Well, glad to hear I've got somebody else in my corner. I don't know what she can do for me, but I guess the moral support's nice.
You know, I thought the line think about what he thinks of you, or think of in the way that he thinks you are, would infuriate you to such a point where you would explode.
I'll be doing
Considering
plenty...
that this entire playthrough, you've been seemingly on a quest to disapprove of everything that Graha believes in you.
I've got plenty of time to still explode today, because they're about to ask me to take time travel seriously again in a minute, so don't worry about it. Alright, one last attempt. Oh, okay. I was correct to turn around. I just needed to turn around some more. Oh well. Nah, I already saw Skip, so I'm good. Just looking for some info about your Exarch. Well, yeah, he lives in a tower, so anyone who lives in a tower like that has to keep some secrets. Well, I noticed that too, because Rory quite literally made her Newlets and her toy Alexander out of the Allegan tech in the Crystal Tower.
You have any idea how hard it was to scavenge all that bullshit in there?
I mean, I don't know. It depends on how well they maintained it before it came here.
Oh, everything's well maintained. The place is just fucking gigantic, and all the shelves are high.
Yeah, I could see
I
that
had to
being
develop a
problem.
fucking levitator unit just to get up to grab the stuff that I need, because I got tired of falling off of the shelves.
Sam did give us some good information there, though, because he happened to mention that the reason why no one else could go to the Crystal Tower is that Graha said because one day the Crystal Tower may vanish as suddenly as it arrived. I don't know what he means by that. Like, the only thing I can think is that the weird time travel bullshit that they use to have it all go where it is, like, glitched out and will eventually, like, pop him back out of existence, but that just seems
I actually know what he means. It's because
strange.
It's because Graha knew all along, at some point or another, that somebody would come along to destroy the Light Wardens. And then he would profess his plan to fucking throw himself back into the time stream. Because he wasn't just going to throw himself back into the time stream when he did that plan. Oh no, he was going to throw himself and the Crystal Tower into the into the fucking void
Yeah, I guess that
with all
makes
that
sense.
power.
Which would have made Omega even angrier, so I guess it's good that he didn't do that.
You're gonna need that teleport in a minute.
Oh, okay. And they just sort of, I mean, I understand the flood had displaced them, but some mysterious stranger just pops up and says, hey, so I'm opening up shop if you want to come stay here, and they all just trusted him implicitly.
To be fair, he did offer to probably build them a fucking settlement and be a proper leader.
Yeah. And I suppose if he's basing his everything on the way that I did things, they'd have good reason to trust him, because apparently everyone trusts me implicitly, unless they're in Doma.
Or me.
Yeah, well, that's true too. Took a little while to get you on my side. Oh, I can't answer that right now. Actually, the vibrating might be a little bit annoying though, so I take it off the desk. There. Not writing the Exarch's memoirs. Generally, you save the autobiography for after they die, and he's not dead yet, so... Yeah, gee, Cassard, that's what I said, too. Go find Captain Lena. She's the closest to him. Yeah, and this is why I said, oh, you know, it kind of makes sense that Lena would be a machinist, because you'd think that with the Exarch basically raising her, excuse me, she'd, you know, have some reason to be able to use tech. I don't understand this she lost her parents to an eater attack thing, though, because I thought she was from Fanau, but maybe her parents were from Fanau and they left and then had her? I don't know.
Honestly, that wouldn't be surprising. I can't imagine that everyone in Fanau is okay with the whole, hey, so... we're like isolationists and kind of just live in this forest to protect the legacy of an empire long dead. I can't imagine that everyone wants to do that.
Yeah, eventually it probably didn't go over well for everybody. They were probably like, yeah, I'm gonna go out and see the world. That's fine.
And considering the fact that male Mikote are literally canonically beta males, I can't imagine that...
Malvira.
Malvira are fucking canonically beta males. The fact that both of her parents left is actually kind of funny.
Honey, it's 4:30 p.m. Eastern Fanau time. We need to leave the forest forever that we know in order to have our daughter. Yes, dear. News didn't get to you, it got to everybody else in the Crystarium, but I'm awake now. Did you find your character development yet, Lena?
You know, honestly, that would have been a great fucking side quest.
Letting her finally have her character development that she was owed after her blue screen of death when the Yomorans
I was gonna
encountered
say
us.
I was gonna say, if male Vera and female Vera came out at the same time, there's a side quest where a couple is trying to leave Fanau because they don't want to deal with the Ronkin Empire bullshit anymore and they want to go live in the Crystarium. So then we get more into the culture of it all.
I'm not sure if I want a key to a chamber known as the Umbilicus. That sounds gross. It might have Graha's secret stash in there, though, of knowledge, so I suppose that would be good. As long as it's not a secret stash of anything else.
Knowledge.
Well, he knew what he was going to be up to once he saw what happened to Vothri, so... They don't even give you a choice to tell Lena. I'm going to deny you further character development because Square Enix won't let me. Yeah, actually, I was trying to figure out where they might have taken the Crystal Exarch after he was kidnapped. You'd think at this point she'd be like, no, tell me what you're fighting for, and then I will tell you what I know about the Crystal Exarch and his plans and the Umbilicus. Because she's owed that at this point. She's basically his granddaughter. but she just says, okay, I'll open it for you. It's like, no. Come on, Lena. You had a heroic blue screen of death, then they put you on a bus and prevented you from having any character development because they needed to have Reen have her character development. And now you're going to get none because they're sending you into the story again for 5 minutes to give us a key. Like, they gave these keys to random NPCs in old Final Fantasy games, not the ones that are supposed to have character development. Anyway. Parvati, take me back.
Take me home, country road.
He says with his gigantic steampunk automatos flying him through the thing.
Why don't we have a mechanized horse in this game as a mount yet?
I think there is a mechanized horse, but I think it's like PvP.
There's a fucking Zoid.
Yeah, I think it's like PvP exclusive or something.
He's a fucking Zoid. Excuse me.
Alright, well, let's go back into the Crystal Tower, open up this door, and then watch about 45 minutes worth of cutscenes, and then we can continue with the side quest chains.
With more side quest.
Basically, what's going to happen after this quest is we're going to get a point of no return where they're going to say, hey, if you got anything else to do in the Crystarium, you should do it now, because it's going to take a little while to get back out from where we're going, even though you can just teleport. But we will do it so that it keeps the pace flowing. Captain? Get the door
I
unlocked?
have unlocked the door to the umbilicus. You are free to enter.
You sure you don't want to come with so you can finally find your character
Once
development?
you have what you require, I'll see it sealed once more.
No?
Until then, I will remain without.
Like, she's such wasted potential, man. She's one of the new races, and she has what's supposed to be a front-running role in the story, and she just always gets put on a bus. It's so fucking disappointing. They needed to do more with her, and they didn't. And I am ashamed for Square Enix. You know, I expected to see more Allegan nodes in here. Rather than just actual books. Like, well, okay. I was going to say, what did the Allegans need books for? They had nodes to have books on instead. Okay, so this is the past.
A moment to collect my thoughts, I prithee. Thy true name is Grahatia, then?
Yeah, no kidding.
By
I guess if you didn't do the
thou too art a native
Crystal
of the
Tower
Force,
quest at this point.
though from an age beyond our own, when the 8th umbral calamity hath visited devastation upon our star. Thou hast, by subtle means, reached across the boundaries of time and space to unsow the seeds of catastrophe, ere its creeping vines drag our champion unto an early grave.
So, Urianje's flowery language notwithstanding, here's what he says in plain English. So you're Grahatia. They woke you up hundreds of years in the future in the Crystal Tower, and then you time traveled backwards in time to the first, where the source of this calamity would happen, in order to try to stop it. And I just have so many questions just from those couple of sentences that I don't think we'd be able to get through them all today. It all boils down to the same thing that I said before, though, which is that Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers gives me some time travel in its plot and expects me to take it seriously. And I just want to be clear on something to everyone. Time travel is bullshit, okay? It's innately silly. If you want people to take it seriously, you're just going to look like a goddamn fool. So don't do that to yourself. Just be silly with it and don't use it as a serious part of your serious plot. Yeah, that's me right now, Oriange. Believe me, I get that. I get that feeling of migraine building in your head.
The veracity of thy words, not the account of thy coming, nor that of the fated calamity. Yet my mind straineth still to apprehend the enormity of this tale. Wouldst thou favor me with a gradual unfolding of its chapters?
What do you mean? Didn't you see a vision in the space between worlds on your way here, Oriange?
Certainly.
Wouldn't you not need a Spark Notes summary?
I should start with those great minds who survived the calamity. Sid Garland being perhaps the greatest.
I almost want to press the fast forward button at this point because I'm pretty sure most of this cutscene is just going to be the Crystal Exarch mansplaining away time travel.
In hopes of staying the unending tides of war, he and his fellows pursued all manner of possible solutions.
And I literally just summed up exactly what he's going to say in so many more words.
Which unified several fundamental principles discovered over the course of the Warrior of Light's adventures. It proposed a method by which one could enter the River of Time, traverse the rift, and leap between worlds.
Let's not forget that this potential to enter the River of Time was created by a primal originally. That seems a little sus.
However, was a work which consumed their lifetimes, and thus was it left to future generations to decide whether theory would be put into practice.
Finally free from work, Marie? That's good. Good to hear. Now you can sit here and maul with me about them wanting me to take time travel seriously.
It was a feeble outpost, beset on all sides by thievery and misery and murder.
So you're telling me that once I died, the whole world just sort of went, okay, neighbor, fuck you, and they just all civil warred on each other? Like, I find that very difficult to believe, even in a situation where resources became more scarce. Like, Eorzea was pretty damn well united in that war that happened in both of our timelines.
People cried out in despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished.
Okay, so, Cole, let me ask you this, because you've played all of Endwalker. This line right here. People cried out in despair. There is no hope. We are finished. Mankind is finished. Why didn't they turn into horrible abominations?
Simple, because the thing hadn't woken up yet, which I don't want to say what the thing is.
But if the thing had...
Because Marie hasn't even gotten partway through Endwalker yet.
How could it not have woken up when the people are this far along in despair, though? I thought it was like an echo through the universe or something.
Not quite. It's more complicated than that.
Others
Okay.
raised their voices in answer.
Like, I can't really say anything about, trying to tie Endwalker back into this, because again, I haven't played it, but I feel like in some ways they, may have some thin threads in between the two here. Boyfriend just said you're too good for the people you help and work. After you told them that you sent a person's issue to L2 as a just-in-case, got her stuff mostly working, gave her hand-typed instructions how to use the program that you're trying to get on her device. No, for a fact your coworkers wouldn't have done any of that. I mean, that is a decent amount, but you're one of those people, Marie, where it's like, I want to get it done, and I want to get it done right. So, I understand that.
We will forge a crossroads and pave the way for a different future. By the wisdom of our forebears, we will prevent this calamity from ever having come to pass. The fighting went on unabated, but some few took up Sid's research and labored to realize those impossible ideas.
Well, that's good, because that means there's another timeline out there where no one took up Sid's research and everyone died.
After 2 centuries of labor,
To be fair, there's a timeline where you and I were never born by that logic.
It's true. It depends on which theory of time strings you believe in.
Roused its caretaker,
So,
me.
yes, someone understands. It's gonna get done, and I refuse to let it be half-assed with my name on the final product. Yeah, and that's fair. You'd think I would have learned that from doing everybody's projects in school, but sometimes I still do that, where I'm like, no, it's gonna get done. It's gonna get done right, like this project.
Phenomena underpinning the rejoining, and identified the first as the shard which precipitated the 8th umbral calamity.
Not the Black Rose outbreak that you seem so keen to contact me on. Like, I know the two coincide, but
was already capable of storing the energies required to attempt the translocation. All that remained was to augment some few of its functions based upon the theoretical models of Sid and his compeers.
How did they augment them if they don't have any Allegan blood in them?
And by means of such technologies didst thou affect thine arrival in the first, to an age before this star had joined with the source.
Some while before, as it turned out. 'Tis all but impossible to predict how time will flow between one world and the next, and we missed our mark by almost an entire century.
Great.
But this only worked in our favor. The Sin Eaters could not be defeated without the blessing of light, and summoning the only man who might stand a chance against them would require decades of preparation.
I feel like you guys could have done the decades of preparation before sending the Crystal Tower back in time, so that you could perfect the summoning spell, so that we could all just come and go as we pleased, but no.
An undertaking of scarce credible endurance. But thou hast kept thy plan from falling into disarray these many years bordereth on the miraculous.
Well, if his plan fell apart, Square Enix wouldn't have a story, Urianger, so you don't have to say it's miraculous, it's just contrived to do it.
Thy present self was shaped
That was
by
how they
events
wrote
which
it.
followed the calamity. Should said catastrophe be averted, the very skein of thine existence will unravel. Surely thou hast foreseen this.
How would you know that, Urianger? Like, you're talking like you understand the finer concepts of time travel, and it took them centuries to figure out the finer concepts of time travel from what they know about Alexander. And you weren't even there for Alexander, so I understand that you're very, like, well-versed in all things knowledgeable, because that's who you are, but how would you even know, okay, well, because what he's basically saying is, okay, well, once you fix our timeline, your timeline will be destroyed because it'll never come to pass. Like, that's theoretical to the maximum, and that's from someone who has a concept of, a working concept of how time travel works. That's the kind of thing that would have been said by Sid's compeers hundreds of years in the future. How would you know this?
I am aware of the consequences. 'Tis for that very reason Sid and his colleagues bequeathed their legacy as an offering, and not an edict.
They said, hey, you can save him if you want.
To give all of oneself for the happiness of others, and with no promise of reward. 'Tis a hard thing to ask.
Once again, what the fuck was Rain supposed to do if we didn't go to the first? Couldn't she absorb or cleanse Vothri's ether so that you wouldn't have 5? I don't know. I wish they gave us more info.
Harder still for those condemned to survive in a world which pitted brother against brother. Indeed, you are right to call the execution of this plan miraculous.
Being Urianger is suffering. That is the point of this cutscene.
Yeah, I guess that boils it down. Makes me wonder why it's 20 minutes long when I basically explained it in one.
It was him. The warrior of light has been our unbroken thread.
Bullshit!
What a load of bullshit.
Instead of doing what's right because you know in your heart it's right, you do what's right because I would have done it? What are you, 5?
The warrior of light's tale.
So this is where Graha's character completely unravels for me.
To feel courage. To hear it was to feel hope. It was a breath of inspiration in an age of suffocating shadow.
And it's one of the reasons why I harped so hard on him through the entire X-Pack, because I knew this was coming. Basically, what he's about to tell us is that every single goddamn thing he did because he thought I would do it in his shoes. None of this was his own thinking. None of this was him rising to the thought of leadership. None of this was him earning that. He just jumped on my legacy and aped it like some kind of flailing corpse. And he's wrong. He's wrong to ape that like some kind of flailing corpse. It's not how I became the quote-unquote leader that everyone sees me as in this game. I did not just look to others for inspiration. I had to rise out of nothing to become the adventurer that they wanted me to be at the end of A Realm Reborn. I had to rise out of that still relative obscurity to end the Dragon Song War. It was something I chose to do based on my own conviction, not based on what someone else did before me. And the idea that Graha thinks it would be okay to do something like this based on not his own conviction, but based on inspiration, because he feels like he needs to be closer to me by doing this, is completely stupid. It doesn't make him a good character.
In the histories of a fallen nation was our hero hailed as its greatest ally.
And all of the flashbacks he's about to show here show him remembering my greatest victories in battle again.
In the time-worn pages of a noble's memoirs were his deeds joyously retold.
Yeah, and history's written by the victors, so he probably embellished the hell out of me. And again, he's not even getting it from the primary sources. He's getting it from secondary sources, from tales from people who saw me, and books written vaguely about me. Like, his thought process on who I am is completely, like, overdone.
So it should come as little surprise that the plan found no shortage of volunteers, concerning as it did the Warrior of Light himself. It was their chance to add their own verse to the hero's saga.
And that just makes me upset, because that means that now everybody's trying to, like, fucking hang on the coattails of my glory. They're like, yeah, so we made it so the Warrior of Light could live. We're awesome, right? It's like, you guys were literally just killing each other over a few scraps of food. Please stop.
He was the lodestar that brought them all together to send their final message back through time and space to him.
And I understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to propel you up in terms of, like, as the player, because you're the hero of the story, so you need to feel good about what you did. All these people are sacrificing for you. And it's like, no. You don't understand what we've done up to this point, okay? Like, you don't understand how many people we've killed, how many animals we've killed to get to this point, okay? It may have been for the greater good. The world may have seen a small semblance of peace as a result of it, but it shouldn't have come at the cost of all these people, all these animals. And for them to look to me as some kind of paragon of virtue after all that is just... It feels like they're ignoring the forest for one tree. I don't know. It's plot lulls like that will cause you to be diagnosed with screaming into the night. Graha's a fanboy. What was he like when we did the Crystal Tower raids? I mean, he was a little full of himself. He was kind of like a male Ishtola when we did the Crystal Tower raids, but he didn't really have that whole fanboy feeling to him. I didn't get that impression when we did the Crystal Tower raids. Now, all of a sudden, he was so bored from his hundreds years sleep.
The light of your legacy was our torch in the darkness. Burn bright again, and live.
Can we get the old hymn back? I mean, I think at this point this is the old hymn. Look at his hair.
I am
He is
the
old.
bearer of
I know what
the
you meant, though.
Come to ensure it is safely delivered.
Cole's formulating his thoughts at the moment, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Wherefore sharest thou this burden with me and no other? What wouldst thou have me say?
He's sharing it with you because you've already lied to all of us, so you'll be okay with doing it again, right? And that's literally the excuse that he's using. He's literally saying, hey, so you lied to them once before.
You learned of the flood and of your part in arranging Minfilia's
Want
journey
to see me
to
do it
the
again?
He was like, hey, so I'm going to recruit you against your will to lie to your friends again. Want to join? And Orianje's like,
Your
what the
actions showed
fuck?
common resolve. It was clear you were committed to the cause of saving this world. I knew I could
The
trust
only
you
thing I have to
choose
say
the
that
right
overarches
path
over
forward,
all of this
even if that choice
is that
failed
Graha
in
is the
their
best
eyes.
character in this entire expansion.
I'm glad you saw something in him. I can't see it.
More specifically, I say that because of things that happened at the end of this expansion, and by extension the patch content.
So what you're saying is he gets better.
When all is
Yeah.
said and done,
We'll see about that.
Infinitely, I'd say.
We'll see about that.
I will absorb their corrupted ether, and then I will die.
You're right, you will die because Omega will
Knowing
kill
what I
you.
know of your companions, not to mention
And then
my
kill all of
children,
us.
They will try to stop me. But in saving one, they would save none.
And That's look in a mirror, Graha, because you literally picked the most inconvenient. Like, that wasn't even planned either. Like, I swear I did not do the Omega Quest explicitly to give me an excuse to say, Graha, you can't go into the void or the rift because Omega will kill you. I did not do that on purpose. It worked out, but
I have patch content saved this
Therefore,
expansion
I
for me. Got
implore
moved to
you
a
to
4
aid me
or
in
5 to a 4.
concealing
I
my
have many
identity
misgivings,
and
but not
ensuring
too
this
many.
tale ends as it
I mean, I
must.
think the basic thing is that Graha's character to me finally embraces something and turns into something all its own
To this end,
during that point.
I would
And
have
honestly,
you
the
take
problem
what I
is that
told
I
you
just
of
like
the
Graha as a
Dragon
character
and make of it
That's
in
fine.
general.
that's fine.
a prophetic vision you beheld
Again,
in the swirling chaos
what they
of
do
death.
with him is they're using him as a device in the story to prop you up as the hero. And I have an extreme amount of umbrage with that because I don't feel like what we've done from the previous X-Packs would make me the kind of hero that everyone would love. Again, how many families in Garlemald have had to find out that their husbands, their sons and daughters are dead because I murdered them in cold blood on the way to a boss in a dungeon? That's not a hero. I told it
I mean,
to
I think the
Ardford
one thing
already.
is... I think the one thing is about that specifically is how many Eorzean families did you say by going off to stop
History of
everyone
Not
in that dungeon?
not more than the Garleans I killed.
And I will suffer
So that
no
you
effort
want the
to
Garleans
rescue
to
the
win is what you're
champion
telling me.
whose
No, I
stars
don't want the
charted
Garleans to
course.
win. I want them to stop fighting. Because if we continue the cycle of violence, the violence will only escalate. This world will never stop seeing war as long as any
I
of
will
us
see
continue
this tale
fighting.
to a happy end, my friend. There has been enough tragedy.
Got a lot better in the patch content, but yeah, the Garleans would in fact hate me. Yeah. Didn't exactly give them a good example. Rest of the world, debatable. The Garleans, yeah, they would hate the shit out of you. He made him lie again! I know. I have to keep it under wraps or I'll turn into one.
The light could claim you for good.
Well, actually, if the light claimed me anywhere, in here would probably be the best place because then the crystal tower would just absorb my ether and shoot it up into
Although
space.
it's probably only a matter of time before you succumb to the change in any case.
Incidentally, Ardbert, you feel like staying here for a while?
What do you mean to do?
I mean, I just told you, but... Yeah, I do actually want to have a few words with Emmett and the Exarch, because, Emmett, I might only get a few words in edgewise before I melt him with my light ether. The Exarch, well, once I get rid of the light ether, we'll have a talk. If they're not going to let me stay locked up in here forever, then I will take the fight to them.
Dacian mentioned the Tempest, did he not?
He did mention the
That's
Tempest,
the
yeah.
stormy seas around Calusia to you. His lair must be down there somewhere, hidden beneath the waves.
Well, that's convenient. I have the blessing of water, so I can go down as far as I need to. So we'll leave our friends here, even though they probably would have a few words for Urianger after he lied to them again. And after that's done, we'll just head down into the Tempest and we'll take care of this whole problem.
Hopefully.
Maybe. Okay. Actually, I have questions about the Tempest, Lena, but I would much rather have a third option here that says, I want to know when you get your character development. Option 3 is the best option, change your mind. Making Urianger the patsy/accomplice was mean as fuck. Again, it's like, come on, dude. You know how much it pained him to do that in Heavensward? Like, they made the voice actor specifically, they directed the voice actor in Heavensward specifically to feel like he had no other choice, and it still pained him to do it. I remember his speech from Heavensward. And it sucked for him. And you're gonna make him do it again? Like, what the fuck, Graha? That's not very paragon of virtue. Oh, okay, cool. So I'll just take the Amaro, fly over the waters, and then do a deep dive. Like this is Kingdom Hearts 3D.
Dream drop distance, recoded.
Yeah, that. Recoded to be Final Fantasy XIV. He learned his fucking lesson after the Warrior of Darkness arc. Yeah, so making him do it again was like, okay, come on.
Yeah, hi, Ariane J. We just need you to lie to all of your friends again.
Like, what the fuck? Okay, so you want to say anything about the stuff? I'm done. The floor's open.
Okay, look.
I'll take a drink while you do it.
Look,
And go through
look,
the
look,
lines
look,
of dialogue.
look. Listen. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here, as I am prone to do. As is my divine duty on this stream. Listen.
Oh, dude, I don't want the Amaro to go to the ocean floor. I just want him to fly me over the water so I can dive in myself. I'm good to go. Not the Amaro. I'm not going to make it do that. Sorry, continue. I just had to clarify something with this Amaro tamer.
Okay, listen.
Okay.
Graha emerged from the Crystal Tower in a time where war had taken over the land, where everyone was killing each other, and you were dead. The last thing he did, the last thing he said to you, the last time he saw you, you had just saved the world from all the bullshit inside the Crystal Tower. He had to spend hundreds of years alone. He spent all that time thinking and thinking and thinking, maybe even about you, maybe other things, so his understandable devotion to you would be understandable. And then he walks out of the Crystal Tower, and yeah, he was probably expecting you to be dead, because it'd been 100 years.
200, actually.
But to walk
yeah.
out of the Crystal Tower and find out that these people who had helped you in your original quest discover your origins and come to peace with who you are were all massacred, and now the entire world is in chaos and everyone's killing each other, that might drive a man a little wacky.
So what you're saying is that his devotion borders on the insane.
His devotion borders on the insane, but really, my question is, who could blame him? Yeah, the time travel plot was completely fucking batshit. I'm not disagreeing with that. He basically dropped all of this crap, all of this possibility on ending his own life so that this future could not happen. But at the end of the day, that's not an unnecessary sacrifice. The world is fucked where he comes from. Of course he's going to come up with some harebrained scheme. Of course he's going to do everything in his power to prevent that future from happening, even if it doesn't, like, okay, listen, even if Graha isn't aware of split timeline theory, even if he knows there's no saving the world he came from, he wants to make sure this world doesn't happen to anyone else.
The Ironworks would have told him about the theories on time travel anyway, because they would have had, like, a thesis statement when they woke him up. Otherwise, they wouldn't have woke him up in the first place until they had that data, so...
But my point that I'm trying to get at with Graha is that, in defense of Graha, this man was desperate. He wanted to save the world from all this bullshit happening. You think it's not exactly the nicest thing to wake up and find the entire world and temporal thing, and the only people who could stop the rejoining are A, dead, and B, very, very dead.
Wait, if his timeline vanished, wouldn't that mean that all this shit happening right now couldn't happen without Graha summoning you, thus making a fucking time paradox? And it depends on how you prescribe to time travel theories, too, because, okay, so what would basically happen if you prescribe to certain types of string theory is that his timeline would vanish from him fucking with our timeline, which would cause him to have never existed in our timeline in the first place, which would just reset this timeline to being fucked anyway, which would reset everything to zero. That depends, though, on how mean the consequences of time travel are in the theory that you prescribe into. And I think the reason why time travel is used as a plot convenience so often is because it's so nebulous in its actual rules that people can kind of just come up with whatever the fuck they want in terms of how the time travel works. That's why I said it's inherently silly, because the rules just kind of change depending on the author, so you shouldn't try to take it seriously, because it's silly, okay? Like, it feels wrong to use it as a serious plot point.
I think the one thing is with time travel plots especially, you need to establish rules. And while I will admit that 14 doesn't establish rules,
Yeah.
I guess the thing that I'm trying to say with 14's time travel plot and what really is kind of the core purpose behind it is that it sets up that this Graha is from a doomed timeline and wants to simply make sure that doomed timeline doesn't happen in this timeline.
Please, you must stay here.
You'd think he would have learned his lesson after 13 too, killed the main character for fucking with time.
I promise you.
Reen, I can't stay here. I'm literally the most dangerous person around here, and they can't put the shield up. If I go into the Tempest, at the very least, if I lose control deep in the sea, I'll just turn into some weird Cthulhu monster and get stuck in the Marianas Trench forever. If I stay here,
We don't even know where to start.
then bad things will happen.
You know Reen was only trying to help.
Yeah, but about that.
Of course I know. I know only too well. But making promises you have no way of keeping is not a kindness. It's a lie. Plain and simple.
Hey, Elisay's saying what I was thinking.
We've all searched high and low for an answer, and every one of us came back empty-handed. I am not about to stand in his way now. Not after failing him in his hour of need. No! The least we can do is...
Alright, well, slow down there, Waterworks. The least you can do is stay here and protect these people from the Sin Eaters while I go down into the Tempest by myself. I'm literally the worst thing that can happen in this world. There, I fixed it for you. No, none of you will go with me. I can count on one finger how many of you have the blessing of water, and she's crying right now. None of you will come with me. That's a terrible idea.
To be gained by standing still.
And how would that... There's no logistics here, Alpha Note. How would any of you come with me to the bottom of the ocean?
Indeed, we have exhausted every other avenue.
Without causing another ecological disaster, please. I'm begging you.
Lead,
We've
and
already
we shall
done
follow.
enough.
If there is any hope to be found, then we will surely find it at your side.
No, you can find it here, with these people who need your help and protection while I go fix the problem. I have 7 other adventurers that I can call on at will, at any period of time. Granted, most of the time, 5 of them are random, but... No, I disagree. And this used to be a thing, too. The Scions used to say, okay, so we don't do it unless we're all in agreement then. But now they're going to make me nod for this stupid fucking plan without giving me a choice and say, no, I disagree. How the fuck are any of you going to get to the bottom of the ocean? It doesn't make any sense.
Though we may not know the whole story, we do know you're in for a fight.
Well, you're right about that one.
And while the Exarch's away, it falls to the rest of us to see the Warrior of Darkness is given a proper send-off.
You told them!
I didn't tell them. They probably surmised.
Well, not in so many words.
Damn it, Lena, you could have been looking for your character development instead of telling them my secrets.
Aye, we didn't need it spelled out for us. When the night sky
I love how they
appeared over
just
whichever place you
completely
went to,
throw
it was
out
hard
all
not to put
members
two
of
and two
pretense
together.
during this part. Like, yeah, we knew all along. Secret keeping's fucking
From
stupid.
the moment I heard that you and the Exarch shared the homeland, I had my suspicions.
That I was a hero of legend in your texts? How does that even make sense, Bragi?
Long had he been waiting for a certain someone to arrive. And I knew at once that it must be you.
Yeah, but that still would have meant that your mythological texts would have predicted me too, and that... Anyway.
Exactly.
I've lost the will to fight.
It was clear it was no ordinary visitor. That spring in his step spoke volumes.
Something
I
weary
could feel his
wanderer.
excitement.
E2! That's right.
Oh yeah, Elise does have the blessing, doesn't she? Yeah, she's got it. Lise has it, and I have it. And Rory has it, and all
We
of
do
our
not fully understand
mounts have
where
it.
you or the Exarch
Except my
hail
car.
from,
He doesn't
or
need
why
it.
you fought us so much to protect us.
Not trying to be mean, but humans in our creation suck at keeping secrets. Look back at your lives. How often were secrets kept by you or others? It is really hard to keep secrets, isn't it? Especially for
But
people
we
that you're
are
like close
deeply
with.
grateful nonetheless.
Like, that's tough, man.
So, if there is anything at all we might do to aid your journey, you need only name it. What would you have of us?
I would have you restrain my friends so they can let me go with Rory and the rest of our motley crew so that they can defend this place because you have no shield from the Sin Eaters.
Where they're not so many.
To be fair, the closest thing to a leader the Sin Eaters have currently is you.
Yeah, and that's why I'm leaving my second in commands to help them. They need leadership at this moment. And I mean, Lena could help. But then there'd be one person missing in my group, and Lena could be like, okay, so I'm going to join your second in command, and we will repel the Sin Eaters while you go. But they want your friends to be there at the end because they realize that if they prevent you from seeing them for an entire zone, they wouldn't be as marketable.
Or, you know, they're trying to tell a story of how you just said that heroes don't do things alone.
I did say that, yes. But the logistics
So
of
you're
this...
a hypocrite, is what you're telling me?
No, the logistics of them going to the bottom of the ocean with me make no sense. If you want to tell a story where they join me in the final area, don't make it be at the bottom of the ocean where 2/3 of them can't go with me. Defend the Crystarium until we return, because let me remind all of you fucks, you have no shield to protect you anymore. I don't know why you're so happy about this. I wouldn't take it away from you for the world. You kept secrets. Plan takes some to the grave, but that's because you have walls up, yeah, and those walls take time to build too, so. Alright, Urian J, it's obvious that all of you are keen on going with me, so who are we going to go to get the Blessing of Water? Does Feoul know how to do that? No, it wouldn't. I have the blessing. I can literally breathe water as air, Urian J. It wouldn't drain any of my stamina. How many miles have I walked since the beginning of this journey? And what is this elegant solution that will bring all of you down there? Because if it's another ecological disaster, I am going to fucking kill all of you. But yeah, here's the point of no return I was talking about, because Urian J literally says here, I suggest thou dost conclude such pressing business as remains to thee in the Crystarium, which basically says, hey, got anything else you need to do, you should do it now, because it might be a little while before we get done with this. And frankly, I agree, because after this, I want the pace to kind of go on unabated. Originally, we were going to finish the Omegascape here, and then do these side quests, a few quests from now, when we're already in the Tempest, but we're gonna do them now. So as a result of that, it's time for more side quests. Yay! How long did you keep secret from your family that you were trans? 10 years? Honestly, just don't talk. I mean, it does make it a little easier. Oh, Cole, good. You got a class to level 80, so now you can join me for the final quest in Giat's Wild Ride. If you so choose. Where is Giat anyway? Oh yeah, in Tomra. I forgot. So do you want to do the healer role quest first, or do you want to do the minor botanist and culinarian quests first, since you've got those at 75? Cole, can you hear me? Cole? Hello? Can you hear me, my friend? Are you dissociating again? He might have his mic muted. He might have went to the bathroom. But that means I don't know what to do. No, actually, I know what's probably happening. He's probably talking to... Because our cousins are in town, so he's... he might be talking to them at the moment because they might have come up to say hello. So... It's literally easier than sin to make sure that secrets are kept if you just shut the fuck up. Yeah, I guess that's fair. Okay, well, while we're waiting for Cole to be done with that, let's do level... Oh, okay, you're here again. Was I
sorry
correct
about that.
in my assumption?
I had to go help Susie connect to the Wi-Fi.
I thought so, okay. Yeah, it was just because our cousins are in town. What do you want to do first? You're level 80 on a healer, so we could do the last healer role quest now.
We could do the last healer role quest.
Or we could do the culinarian and minor/botanist level 75 quests now. So.
Let's do the 80 healer quests for giggles.
Okay. We're going to Tomra.
I didn't even realize I didn't even have a chance to connect to the Wi-Fi. Damn, I forgot I'm the only source of fucking Wi-Fi in this house.
Yeah, that definitely helps a little bit.
Dad comes fucking run upstairs. Hey Cole, can you come help with that? And I was like, oh fuck.
Alright, well, after you teleport to Tomra when you're done with Urian J, so that he can tell you, hey, if you have any business left in the Crystarium, do it now. And then we'll go to Giat's Wild Ride, where Giat is not drinking. Oh my god. What happened? Hell. You're surprisingly stoic. Lolly ho. I've been practicing, Giat. Yeah, that's the traditional greeting, isn't it?
Lolly ho!
Well, I mean, it kind of helps that we had to come up here in order to kill a Light Warden anyway, so...
Attack and dethrone God.
Mm. Oh, okay. What news, then? Right. Of course Sophrosine did. That we need to kill the Summoner, the Reviver, and that'll kill the rest? Right. So what you're telling me is that the people that she cured of Stoneblight very quickly became Sin Eaters after they left. Well, that sucks. What a way to go. These people just got cured and now all of a sudden they're back to being fucked. It's like the saturation of bad things never ends with this Hex Pack. Seriously, you had less than half a dozen people who knew you were trans prior to you starting a couple of years ago. So yeah, I guess that was a pretty well-kept secret then, so good work. I mean, I'm glad that you
have
can...
secrets I'm bringing to my grave.
I'm glad that you can say it publicly now, though. That's always a good thing.
Exactly.
Because it shouldn't be like... You shouldn't have to hide who you are, okay? Like, that's not okay. So... Well, that makes sense, actually, because this Sophrosine wouldn't be able to think about it. Reflexes are a thing that could happen, though, because the Sin Eater part of her inhabited her dead body, so... So, you want me to put a helmet on the Sin Eaters? It is a simple plan. I'm actually kind of okay with it, though, honestly. This works.
Incredible. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. That's the in-character Rory.
No, but genuinely though, we fool the body. Like this plan is elegant, okay? Like this is Giat having a moment, okay? And this is what Giat is capable of when they're not drinking. Like they could have solved the whole Sin Eater issue at this point if Giat just didn't drink. Sex Pack is dark everywhere you go, and it was killing you at this point. Gonna wash dishes. Alright then, Marie. Have fun washing dishes. Have fun killing Lamet. We will attempt to. Okay, so make sure... So we'll try to put a helmet on Sophrosine if we knock her out. Well, let's be about it then. Still getting the feeling that there's just something so familiar about Giat, though, every time I talk to them. I wonder what it could be. Anyway, by the way, do you have repose on your bar?
Repose?
Yeah, so go into your actions and traits and go into roll. You see that spell that's at level 8 with 600 MP?
Yeah.
It's required for this quest.
What?
So stick it on your bar. It is actually, I'm not even fucking around. It is genuinely required for this quest.
What the fuck, Richard?
They're like, oh yeah, healers have a sleep spell, don't they? Maybe we should force them to use it.
I can't say I don't find that funny.
I don't think you need it at this point, but you will need it soon enough. Alright, so Eos and Celine both did a lot last time. But, Celine, we'll let you come along because Eos had 3 attempts last time, and you had 1, so... Oh good, here they come. Maybe I should have given you the chain strap. It's fine.
Did I just cardio you? Yes.
Hey. No tender love. Got him. I mean, to be fair, Chain Strat generates a pretty decent amount of aggro, so I probably would draw more aggro than you would, just from the virtue of using that by itself. So. Oh, look, there's an A rank down here. He's back. Not the Gigantender, but we saw him when we were on our way up to Mount Gold the last time.
Let's move forward.
Oh, you're listening to Cruise Chaser's theme on the way.
Yes.
I found the spot. I'm gonna say, you want to do the honors this time? I'll keep watch.
I'm surveying.
Oh no.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
No, these ones seem to have less health though.
Brrr.
There, got it. So why did we go all the way over here if Giat's all the way over there? Oh, because we had to kill them for Sophrosine to revive them to generate a trail back to us. Okay, that makes sense. This is actually kind of nice though, because this will be the first opportunity that I have to take advantage of Seraph. I was originally going to do it in the fight against, in the AlphaScape V4 against Final Omega, but the Sage used the LB like a millisecond before me, and that attempt died anyway, so I'm kind of glad.
Oh, that's right, I have to fucking do my quest to get my 80 skill.
You have to do a quest to get your 80 skill?
I assume so, since I don't have it yet.
You should be able to get... That's different. Because, maybe it's because it's an Endwalker class. Perhaps. Because I've already got mine because I was on a class from before, but I don't know. Oh yeah, we got it installed part team. Sinks your item level to 420. That's good because I have a bunch of broil. So that just adds to the meme. Yeah, it's almost like we keep crouching behind bushes to try to find Sophrosine. And there she is. I will attempt to suppress the echo as best I can.
Well, it's a level 80 quest, so we're allowed to kill her this time.
Yeah, she doesn't have Ranjit's plot armor anymore. Slay Sophrosine, once and for all. Alright, Giat. Resurrection takes like 8 seconds to cast anyway, because she didn't spec in to get Swift cast. She didn't spec into Black Mage.
Charge!
Okay, so the Forgiven Shame is already sleeping. Oh no, this one has sleep resistance. Yeah, so what you're basically going to do is wait till it's got a little bit of low-ish HP, and as soon as Giat tells you, turn on the Repose. How do you like this, Sophrosine? We've got the element of surprise again. I don't know what Holy Blur is, but I don't think I want to be standing anywhere near Giat at the time. Oh, okay. Oh, good, I did that correctly. Also, I think Giat's thing just went away.
There's an animation for Gia putting on the helmet.
Mm-hmm. Alright, time to cast Repose. There you go. Behelmed. Head is crammed awkwardly into a dwarven helmet, granting resistance to sleep. Giat, stop dying. Matter of fact, I know how to fix this, so I'm just going to use all my tools first. Well, good. I'm glad you did, because this calls for exactly that. Just going to send Celine right there. There we go. Wait for the sleep resistance to go away. Why do I have so much more defense than my tank? Hang on, went away. Repose that one. Then I'll work on the other one.
Unceremonious behelmeting.
It's like unceremonious beheading, except not. There we go. Now, to continue. Damn. That fell cleave really did a whole lot, didn't it? Did like 40%. Helms away. You can focus on me, but let me get you away from Giat while I say that. But I have a sacred soil to help me. So alright, put you to sleep. Get this re-rolling on you. I should add low and then spread it myself, because I seem to have more HP than Giat does. I think.
Tiny bit.
Put you to sleep. Give you an Adlo. And you stay blessing. Oh yeah, Selene, you can come over here now. Sorry, I left you in that spot thinking, oh yeah, well Giat will benefit from you being close, but... There. Alright, Sophrosine, it's time to fight you this time.
The healer has chosen violence! The healer has chosen violence!
The healer is ready for more violence, but also needs a little MP. Damn, what armor does she have on him? Burning her down quick. So how long till we helmet her? Right now. Back gonna eat your dinner. Sounds like a plan, Marie. Now to put the helmet back on the Lamet. You will accept these traditions even though they are bullshit. That looks like holy. Ow. Well, that's gonna be a problem. You okay, Giat? Do you need an Adlo? Hang on. I don't know how I'm casting Cure 2 right now, but there you go. Oh shit, is Giat okay? We're gonna find out. Yes. Giat is okay. You're welcome. You took a bit of a beating there. I had to excog you like 4 times. Well, I wouldn't say that was our last one. Okay, she had a Phoenix down, a Void Sent Phoenix down. Giat, use your head. I mean, technically speaking, I could give you my helmet, but... We have your helmet! Is that supposed to be a distraction? Yes, it is! Did Lamet just use re-raise? Did Giat just take their helmet off? Yes, and now I understand why all of that felt so familiar. Rory, meet your first counterpart.
I'm a fucking genius. My eyes are the same color.
Hey, look!
Different hair color.
It's almost...
Same ear shape.
It's almost
same
like...
eye color.
It's almost like we did this conveniently. Alright, Lamet. We put the traditions back on you. Now we're going to give you a proper dwarven burial. Oh, wait, that's copyright infringement. I can't say that without Giat telling me it's okay first.
The healer has chosen violence! The healer has chosen violence!
We're all choosing violence today. Sanctified arrow. Lamet, that's not how arrow works. I hate to...
It is sanctified.
Break, I guess that's true, yeah. Okay, Giat, there you go. Yes, nice. Cole did it. Cole made this all make sense. Hang on, I can assume that. There you go. God, I love Sacred Soil at level 78 and above. It's so damn good. Oh, that's not good. You know what isn't good, though? Alright, I have an idea. Seraph, I need your help! Give us a veil. Thank you. That should help a little bit. And you know what? Give us another one because Giat's gonna need it. Maybe you can give us a whisper before you leave? Thanks. Tempered Virtue. Thanks, Seraph. I got a bad feeling about this. Yeah, I think the center is... Yep, okay. Well, we could have stood out there, but... center's okay. You don't scare me! I have a giant hammer!
That is the most Rory line I have ever heard in my life.
You see what I'm saying?
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You having fun over there?
You'll see.
Well, okay. That's fine.
That's a little bit of holy.
Try not to die, huh? I wish White Mage Holy did that. Hang on, Giat. I'll give you the Ether Pact. There you go.
If I really wanted to make this as ridiculous as possible, I would have gone with that same hairstyle.
Giat's the typical dwarf. That's why the hairstyle is like that. Cole, you've literally let people die in dungeons or trials out of pettiness and spite. Like, you let someone die in Somal hard mode during the last boss because they didn't know they were standing in lava. Which, what? Waste of MP at that point, yeah. So I might as well just use, you know, my tools that are free. So you did your makeup before you put the helmet on this morning, or what? So this is supposed to be like a meta reveal, by the way, because they don't really tell you that Giat is female at all, and because there's no voice acting, you wouldn't know, but in character you would know because you'd hear them talking, and so, I mean, I guess it could be considered brilliant, but it also breaks immersion, so, well, it's just a rock now, but it used to be Lamet's Earth Crystal. It might still be. Still has some latent power in it. Also, what is the Lala secret to well-kept hair, having such well-kept hair under those fucking helmets? I think that's another Dwarven copyright. Oh, hey, Lamet, what's up? Long time no see. I'll say hi to Ardbert for you. And what were you searching for? Yeah, well, that's understandable. I'm just glad the echo isn't taking me right now. Well, no, it was the home that you knew. It was the place you grew up. Yeah, I heard that you had more than a few dreams about him through the grapevine. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, but good job on the symbolism. All you have to do now is carry on Lamet's traditions, despite the fact that they went directly against Dwarven traditions. Well, that was fun. How did yours go?
Oof.
Oof, because you're still at level 70?
Yes.
Yeah, that's understandable. That being said, because you're doing this quest, you'll have access to better gear pretty soon.
Thank God.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, you did pretty well so far at the Crystarium, so... You're gonna go back to drinking? You could solve all the problems of the world! No! Damn it. I was so close. Anyway, let's go back and report this in so we can finish this quest line. And then we got 3 more to go! Oh, Celine, yeah, say hi to Seraph and Eos and all them for me. Tell them thank you. Because you guys helped us solve a very large trouble today. Not as large as the final trouble of Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, but it's kind of hard to beat that one. That one requires you to, you know, spend 2 hours of your life going to the halfway point of the Pit of 100 Trials, so. And back to drink. If I can feel that. You're still Densei F and you have had plenty of unrequited crushes. Oh, there you go. Sorry, I'm just not used to seeing you, like, with the helmet off. It's still throwing me for a loop because it's... Well, look at Rory. You'd think you guys were twins. I mean, Rory's hair is a little different, but, you know.
Same ears, though.
I'm glad that you're here, even without your helmet. No, this is not a romantic comedy, Giat. Nah, it's all good. You needed some help, and I was here to provide. Oh, so is that why you felt such a connection that you had to, like, fix the problems of your family? Well, that's true. Well, nobody said he had to be perfect, you know, like, they may remember him that way, but again, history's written by the victors, so... Well, I'm glad I could impart that feeling to you, because it's not something that's easy to find on the battlefield. I'll, hold you to that, but I might only be taking a little bit of juice, so... Well, hopefully
because you've never been able to hold your booze.
That's true.
All those times we went drinking and I had to carry her. Oh my god, I am Giat.
When did we go drinking?
Oh, yeah, you don't remember that.
No,
I had to really con you into it. Something about how you didn't want to get poisoned again.
Well, I did get poisoned. I think, did it happen a couple of times? I can't remember. Giat's title is literally the Ale Forge. Giat cannot part with drink. It wouldn't be in her character. Also, I sort of spoiled that she was a she over the course of the game by accidentally saying she, so that's my bad. Okay, so since you're still here, you want to go do the stuff in the Crystalline Mine next, so that way it's done?
Yeah,
because
momentarily.
Honestly, at that point, you might be done for the day, because I've got 3 other quests to do in the Crystalline Mine and 3 other role quests, and I think that'll be all we get done today, so...
Yeah, I was just picking up another quest elsewhere.
Oh, okay.
That totally isn't involved in me finally having access to the Sage fucking role class quests.
Oh, okay. Well, while you do that one, I'll start on my other ones here in the Mine.
No, we can do these other ones in the Mine first.
Oh, okay.
I was just picking it up so I remembered to do it later.
Yeah, so that way you could actually get... What do you get at 80? Panheima?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also known as one of the best fucking defensive skills in the game.
Yeah, that's
because
gonna
holy
be...
shit, it's Haima for the entire party, and that's nuts.
That's gonna be helpful. Which one?
It's not my laser, but I have to wait till 90 to get my laser.
Yeah, we won't be seeing the laser unless you get to 90 before the end of the stream, in which case, then you can show me the laser. But, you know.
I mean, fair, some of the dumb shit you get on Ninja at 90. And Dark Knight, for that matter.
Actually, this dumb shit on Ninja fucks with the rotation, because the person who made Forked Raiju literally doesn't know how to play Ninja, because you never save your Raijus. You just use them.
Let's do Culinarian first this time around.
Culinarian first. I will take Bethric's quest while I wait for you and talk to him. Holy shit, that's a lot of crystals. Also, they're explicitly for Alchemist, not for Culinarian. Okay! Well, I saw Skip earlier today. He seemed to be doing pretty good. Awesome. Well, yeah, there's that. That's going to take a little while. Okay, so how do we make him sound of mind? Exactly. Bethrick, can we get to the point, please? Sure. I'll go see what Skip wants from us. Let's go pet the poor boy. Check on Skip again. This is how you took a reveal. I should have seen that coming. Damn you, unconscious bias. Yeah, because you naturally sort of see the way that the dwarves carry themselves and the fact that their helmets have beards on them, and you sort of just naturally assume male, and then they're like, no, female. And it's like, oh, okay. Although by that point you had seen female dwarves because you've been to Tomra and several of them are female, but it's hard to tell, right? So, you know. So glad you're not the only culinarian specialist. Are there any specialist recipes for culinarian? I mean, within the quest, probably not. They're probably the same things that you make, but yes, because Master Culinarian books, so. Sure, I can soothe the boy. Oh, okay. Just comfort him with chat mode in say. Alright then. I wonder if capital E will still work. Everything will be fine, Skip. That's a good boy. No, that does not work because the everything will be fine has a capital E in it. So I will make it a small e, and now it will work. There. This stupid
I was really
game,
expecting it not to work.
It did not work the first time because I capitalized the E. Oh, in general, like shit, you had to give up culinarian specialist for a day to make your own titania crafted weapon, which you can train. I didn't have to craft it all. Oh boy. So is it level 70 then, or did you just get to level 90 to do it on your specialist?
I'm starting to really feel bad for Bethrick.
He's just getting the short end of the stick with this Amaro, isn't he?
He's just getting cucked constantly.
Because he's eaten my food, Bethrick. You just need to make him good food. I don't know that there is, honestly. I don't know if I'm following. I feel like you're over-explaining this again. Yeah. So you're saying that Skip can sense the fact that my ether is very shortly going to kill me, and that's why he feels such affection for me. Great. Well, where would he go if you return him to the wilds? I mean, he could go to, you know, Volokdorf, but... Do they have any Berub Amaros over there? I mean, I know of an Amaro that could interpret for him. We won't be able to speak to him directly, but all you gotta do is go to Volokdorf. Yeah. They're Tupac Amaro. Rest in peace, sir. Oh, good lord. Bethrick's going off the deep end
The fucking
again.
emulsion in the background just...
I don't know, Bethrick. I feel like this might be too much for your heart to bear. Yes, I literally just talked to Feoul today. It'll be fine. Oh, it's at 80? You've just been 90 on Alchemist for weeks, really months. You've got 3 crafters left to get to 90. Carpenter, Armor, and Blacksmith, which you're specialized in. Okay, there you go. A tribute? You mean for the pixies? I guess. Alright, sure. I'll make a tribute for you if you feel like we need it for your safety. Okay. So apparently this Amaro has the materials for some sort of pixie offering. Alright then. Thanks, Nem. Alright, an offering of sweets for the pixies. Why do I feel like this isn't gonna go over well?
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, this is just like the quests that they had in Stormblood. They gave you the materials and then you can just make it high quality. So it's basically a custom delivery. Which, honestly, yeah, I think I prefer this.
one goddamn Burgets.
Hmm.
Actually, no, it was a fucking precise touch.
Ah.
With an excellent, my quality just fucking maxed the fuck out.
Yeah, that would happen, yeah. Okay, we have the offering of sweets for the pixies. Not that they would need it, because all I'd need to do is talk to Feol and or Tierback and or Onlod. I have so many possibilities. I can't talk to Bethric because he's behind two very large NPCs.
I have done it.
Nice. Yeah, Feol's wrath only protects us, not them. Yeah, I guess. Although Feol didn't turn my friends into Leafmen when we were over there, so...
Hey, Feol, if I asked you real nicely, could you protect all my friends?
Well, I suppose.
Eyes glow, fucking turns every other Fae into a goddamn tree person.
I would not. The pixies would probably hurt you if you partake in their sweets. Yeah, before we get to Volkdorf, we should probably go to Little Iran. That way you two can manage to catch another Amaro on the Summoning Stone to get to Volkdorf. Alright, Skip, time to go see your people, so they can teach you the song of their people.
Well, you know your answer to that. You did the 5.3 dungeon! Yeah, you're right.
One last middle finger to people like you who like Feol. Hi. Alright, off we go to Little Iran. That is some kind of umbrella that they have there.
Love how there's just chocobos walking around.
Yeah, even though they're like nowhere else on the map. It's kind of weird, right? Ah, I see he got as far as the entrance before being struck with stage fright. So let's go.
It is the
him.
Feywild.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go cure him of his stage fright before problems start to arise. Pixie's honor doesn't mean jack shit, Bethric. You're gonna be a leaf man before we leave. Yeah. So take the summoning stone, and then head on up to Volkdorf. Oh look, Hoot.
Hoot.
Well, Confucius, guess we can't let them leave us in the dust. Let's move. So what does Hoot think of the first?
Pretty.
Mm.
Too bright.
Yeah, well, that's fair. Hoot's like, I like my cave back in Bardom's Metal. It let me be in the dark when I wanted to, and when Rathlos wasn't being a jackass.
Fuck that thing. So glad we killed that thing off screen.
I thought we killed it on screen.
Did we kill it on screen?
Pretty sure we did the Rathalos normal fight on screen. Like, I thought you made a point of making me do it when we did Stormblood. I'm pretty sure, anyway. By the way, I hope all of you like Ilme, because we're going to be coming back here for the Miner and Botanist quests that we're going to be doing after this. And then Cole can have a break, because after that, I'm going to be doing the other 3 role quests, which he doesn't have the levels for just yet, and then the other, as many of the other facet quests that I can, so.
Oh,
Well, Bethric
is,
here we are.
Bethric's having the time of his life.
I'm pretty sure he's about to, yeah. The village of the Amaro. I don't know how they're going to feel about some random dude coming here, but a Berub Amaro might have them turn their heads. It's a bunch of ruins with a bunch of Amaros in it. Anyway.
Let the man have his passions.
His name is Lug Lug?
Lug Lug?
So maybe he lost his voice box. And that's why he left. Well, we found him at the Crystarium and he had been poisoned, so we had to make him sound of body before we could bring him out here. Well, that makes sense. The poor guy was poisoned. Okay, well, that makes sense. Sounds about right, because you guys do that for all the Amaro that heed your call. So we just need to open him back up to people again. That's what it sounds like. Well, how is that possible? I already know who Ardbert's companion was, and it wasn't Lug-Lug. Are you sure? I mean, you don't mind taking care of him? We'll have to bring out the other stuff. We'll have to bring the other stuff to him if he stays here. So, well, yeah, that makes sense, Bethrick, considering your fascination. We'll be back for you, Skip, or Lug-Lug. We'll bring, I think the next thing is Berub feed. Oh, I figured they were gonna send us back to the Crystarium, but okay, I'll just go back.
Being Bethrick is suffering. Much like being Urianger J is suffering. And being Thancred is suffering.
It's almost like everyone is suffering in this area. Stay any longer, I fear I may not want to leave. Don't you mean I fear I won't be able to leave? No, because of his fascination with Amaro borders on the insane, he may actually never want to leave, and then the pixies will say, okay, well, we can manage that, and they turn him into a leaf man in the village of Volekdorf, and he would never leave. So I guess a little of A, a little of B. What happened? Oh, he decided to come back. Why? Did he not like being with his people? I don't think so. He seemed like his people would have taken him in. That would definitely happen, yeah, exactly. So Skip belongs here, but why does he belong here? Well, yeah, that's understandable, considering you just saw him come back.
I can't do the next quest, because I'm not level 78.
You'll get there.
Pain.
We're not doing the next quest yet anyway, not until after 5.0 is done, so... I doubt it. I mean, it's been like 2 minutes. So, oh, there we go. He learned to speak again.
The boy spoke.
I knew you had it in you. Are you sure? Your people would have treated you well. Or do you just have a connection with... Yes, Bethrick, he speaks. We literally just spoke to a talking Amaro in their village. What do you mean he speaks?
Bethrick is having a moment. Sue him.
So what brought you back? Well, not all men harbor that capacity. Or at the very least, they don't act on it. Okay, so it's not like some weird Ardbert situation where Seto sensed in my heart that I'm his, source counterpart. It's just that I remind him of a friend he once had. I'm actually really glad for that, because I was about to be like, oh god, this quest is gonna get into some weird fucky-wucky shit, isn't it? Willing to take care of the Berub Amaro there, Nim? And I'm sure the other Amaro are going to have to discuss this with themselves, because they now have a talking version of themselves with them. Oh, looks like we're going to be busy then, aren't we? You know what the funny part is, though, about this whole thing? Like, you'd think this would be the capstone of the whole quest, where all of a sudden Skip would open back up because of the treatment that we did for him, but this is the halfway point. We still have 2 quests left to go in this one, so I'm kind of interested in where it goes next. I've never done these quests before, so I don't know. I'm enjoying them, though. So there you go, Cole. In order for me to speak nothing but good things about this game, we would have had to do exclusively the culinarian-based facet quest for the entire stream. Back to back. Well, Morin might be able to tell us more about the foods of your people, so... Sure, I can give it a shot. Alright, so you and Morin collaborate on getting the ingredients. I'll get the ingredients together and we'll make it shortly after I take care of this whole radioactive sky problem. Never go to the Feywilds. You love and respect the Fey. You will stand a respectable distance from them and stare respectfully at them. Yeah, fair enough.
By respectfully, I mean at least a mile away with high-powered binoculars while cloaking my magical essence and hiding in a bush.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That's some good redundancy precautions. All right, gather request. That is 30 high cordials.
30 fucking high cordials. Holy shit.
That's 600 scripts worth of high cordials. Jesus. Keshi Ray, why do I need all of these? They'll definitely help Cole, so he can go do gathering to get his level up, so he can do the rest of these quests.
Also, the Crystalline Mean quests don't fuck around. They give you a lot of shit.
They do. They want to make sure that you always have enough materials to do what you need to do after
Jeez,
this.
we have a problem.
Oh my gosh.
You're an academic. You're liable to kill yourself.
Jesus. Mal went to Ilmeg by him. He's gonna die. We're gonna get there and he's gonna be a leaf, man. We should get there now before
why does it always come back
idea.
to the goddamn Feywild?
Because by the time you get to these quests, if you do them at the exact level that the rest of the MSQ is happening, you will have just gotten out of the Feywild, so you'll have an excuse to not have them get turned into Leafmen. I do have friends among the Pixies. I have friends among the most royal of the Pixies, and several in Little Iran, so... Too bad you made yourself 900 high-quality high cordials before you got to Endwalker.
Jesus!
That would help. I don't even know what the recipe is for those. It's probably an alchemist thing.
Listen, I know high cordials. You use a lot of them. I know. I went gathering for Ether Sand when the new raids came out, when I was an Omni Gatherer, but I think the most I've ever had is about 600, and I went through those, and I was using them on cooldown, okay?
Damn. 900 high-quality normal cordials? Okay, gotcha. So that at least gives you, like, a better... Because the high-quality versions of the potions have, like, less of a timer on them, don't they? Like, it's not a 3-minute cooldown, it's like something else, I think, if I remember my potions right. It's been so long since I've used a potion. Like, I barely ever even use high cordials anymore. I'm sure you would have, Trixie Pixie. Stuck in Stormblood. Never underestimate what you'll do when you're bored. Yeah, fair.
You know, something's just occurred to me. During all of these quests of being a botanist, we never once have an opportunity to hit something with our axe. Like, I don't think anything ever comes up where it comes up with the fact that somebody's like, haha, you can't defend yourself, and then we just hit them with the broad end of the axe. Like, I have literally a deadly weapon on my back.
I mean, yeah, we do have some deadly weapons. This pickaxe would hurt if I, brained somebody with it. But our strength... Well, the problem, though, is that they're probably strength-based weapons, and go into our stats and look at our strength on this class. West of the lake, huh? Okay, well, that's where we're going. But yeah, if you look at our strength attribute, we have 342 strength, and that's me in level 80 gear, which is, not helpful.
Oh, I'm fully aware. It would just be funny as hell if we just bombed somebody.
It would. It's true, you are making all of the Gunilder's arms, maxing them out, so... Yeah.
I'm legitimate... I don't... See, the thing is that making all of the relic weapons, it makes me think that she would get something out of it, like doing all the role quests and Shadowbringers.
Might get, like, a trophy or something.
I don't have patience to do that kind of shit, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's fair.
I almost went insane making one of Gunhilder's arms.
Yeah.
I almost went crazy getting one Lux weapon, okay?
Oh, you get a title in A Realm Reborn for making the relic weapon? Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I never got that. What thank you.
Listen, those Lux weapons? Fuck those things. Fuck those things.
Not much fun, huh? It's a good thing I
It's not
never
even that
really...
they're hard, it's that they're a pain in the ass because you need to spend so many fucking poetics.
It's a good thing I never really liked any of the relic weapons because they were too flashy for me. I like practical weapons that don't shine and give away my location.
Practical problems.
Excuse me. Told your boyfriend about that title for having all the Realm Reborn relics. He said it's a title for masochists. Confucius seems to agree. Honestly, I feel like, though, if you were, really bored back in the day, you might have done it, because there were far less classes in A Realm Reborn, so it was like, okay, well, I'm already doing one, might as well do a few others. Well, no, that's understandable, Mal, but you went to the Feywild by yourself. Oh. Okay, sure. I'll go collect some stuff up. A shred of scaly skin, which Rory has already found a botany sample of. Alright then. See
I'm
where the
built
scaly
different.
skin is for me. That's the wrong one. Is it going to be in collect? No, it wouldn't be in here. It'd probably be in here.
It's probably literally nearby. Just go to your nearest node.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea. I don't know if it shows up in my gathering log. No, whatever. Anyway. You did 1-3 in Heaven's Ward, but never again. Fuck books. Alright. Oh, ancient animal skin. And I can give them 2 samples. I think I only need 1. Yes, I only need 1. Oh, that's okay. Might as well take the opportunity then. Get some water crystals. Never have enough of those. And I casually just got about 60 from 1 node, so, that helps. That helps. Don't know what you did, but you have one of those relic books in your inventory, and you have no quest to make another relic. Don't know how you got that book. That's a fair question, then, yeah. I don't know. I actually found 2 shreds of skin, so, Yolana, you'll have an extra sample if you need it. So we found a molting giant animal. Back to dishes. Alright, Marie, sounds like a plan. We'll just be, after this, Cole's probably going to head out because he doesn't have his levels yet. And I'll be doing the rest of these quests and the rest of the role quests, so. Oh, I found it. I think. What's the Brachiosaur from Diadem doing here? And it's gone. Of course you don't. It probably turned back invisible. How did it do that? Think it cast a glamour to make itself invisible? It's the only
Or it went
plausible.
underwater.
That's true too. Could have gone under the water. You guys need to be more perceptive. It looked like a Brachiosaur. Do you guys have Brachiosaurs in this world? I guess the Samael would be your Brachiosaur. Well, it could step on us, and then this whole thing would be for nothing, so... Yeah, or that. Yeah, that wouldn't be good either. Alright, take the samples back to the Crystarium. You guys can analyze it, and then just point me where you want me to go next. I think my Crystarium return is on cooldown, so I'll just teleport there.
Whee!
Now the real question is going to be, how long are the fishing quests going to take? Because I have to fish something up for Frithric, but we'll get there. I would not breathe that in. You don't know where that's been, Keshi Ray. You wanted to taste the... I hope so. She wanted to taste the skin. This ancient animal skin.
Flavor. Texture.
Blech. Where we want you to go next? We need you to escort us through the Feywilds again? Okay, now you're gone. So we need more samples to try to figure out, how it did that. I think my glamour theory might be plausible, but let's find definitive proof first. Yes, it's Brachiosaur. That makes sense. That's very typical lizard behavior. Yeah, well, that's true. It actually doesn't. I happen to know most of the Vis and Fanau at this point. Alright, so our next quest will take us into Raktika and gather shed skin. Well, I guess it's better than gathering poop. But you'll have to wait to do that, Cole, until you get to level 78, or in this case 79 and a third, because that's how much experience you have left with these quests. So,
You know how angry that makes me?
shouldn't make you very, because it's very easy to level botanist. Oh, that's how angry it makes you. It makes you teleport out of existence. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to continue with the Crystalline Mean quest. We'll get all these done, and then I'll do whatever I can of the role quests. And then if there's any left, I'll just do them at the beginning of the next stream. And then we'll move on with the MSQ. But Cole, you can take a breather.
Okay, I'm gonna go take a breather if that's the case.
Okay, you do that. I'll just do side quests the rest of the day.
Aight.
Okay, Cole. Have a good day.
Have a good night. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Off he go. Off I go. How did the call go? Great, Discord. No drops. Anyway, Frithric, what am I fishing up? Oh my god, 30 more high cordials. What the hell am I going to do with all these? So what would you and Lob have me do? Oh, really? And describe the symptoms to me, since apparently being a fisher now qualifies me as a doctor. Oh. So she has jaundice of the eyes? That's odd. Cabinet of Curiosity we go. Possibly. Yep, that's what it looks like. So off we go. Yeah, I figured since now we're already doing the Crystalline Mean quests, I might as well just get them out of the way, because every single role quest after this is going to be instanced content, because we're going to have to finally finish off the Sin Eaters, the Cardinal Virtues once and for all, so just like we did with Giat. So I figured, you know what, let's just do these and get them out of the way while we're here. I also already have the bait for these particular, what we're going to be fishing up. I need fruit worms in order to fish them up, so we'll use those. You could do it with versatile lures, like I said before, but fruit worms lower the catch table of the number of fish that you can get, so it'll make it a little easier, I think. Couldn't we just ask... Okay, I was going to say, we could just ask Morin for a book on ichthyology. So what are you here for? Sure, but the professionals don't always have all the answers, especially since they don't know, you know, how to take care of malnutrition as well. Yeah, but what else are you going to do with your fishing? Just sit back and catch and release? Like, you could be helping people with your gift. Right. Yeah, but fewer fish being caught means that you'll be able to sustain the fishing industry for longer. The more fish you catch, the more likely you are to accidentally cause them to go extinct. Or at least go endangered, and you guys can't afford that in a world like this. Well, that was what I was saying. We could have, whatchamacall, we could have Morin look for the book. You just happen to know a fish that no one's ever seen before? How do you know what it is, then? Oh, good. Back to the Feywild! Sure, Frithric, I'll come with you to the Feywild to catch this fish. Sounds like a plan. We should be back in 2 shakes of Frithric's tail. I don't know the full saying, that's why I replaced whatever you say there with Frithric. Near the House of the First Light. Oh wow, that's like nowhere close to anywhere. I'll just go back to Little Iran. I favorited it for a reason, so. Although I don't need it anymore, because, like, I don't need it to be a favored destination anymore, because I already, have done all the pixie quests I need, and I don't need levels on any of my classes I'm actually playing. Like, the only ones I would need levels on would be, like, Dragoon and Machinist, and I'm basically what I'm going to do is once we finish 5.0's story, it's going to be a similar situation how it always is once you finish the base game, where we're going to need to get some poetic tomestones to upgrade our gear, and I'm going to use Machinist to run MSQ roulettes because I already have all my healers at 80 and I already have all the tanks that I want to play at 80, so I won't need the rest. So I'll just use Machinist to give it an excuse to level it to 70 and to actually use it, you know, so. And I should be able to get most of the tomestones I need by that point. Any luck yet, Frithric? Well, that's good. They probably, I mean, they might be playing hide and seek at the moment, so probably a good idea. Okay, I'll see what I can do then. Let's see about finding a calico trout. And again, from what I understand, you need fruit worms. It lowers the catch table a little bit more. So let's do a little patience. Do this. I will sit. And I just gotta wait and see what we catch. So 3 is a precise catch, 4 is a powerful catch. 2 and 3 is 4, 1 is 3. Some kind of weird matrix going on here. Okay, that's a precise catch. And we don't need to get a high quality one, but I find using patience helps anyway because you'll often catch high quality fish so you can... Oh, okay. There it is in one fish. Alright, cool. Well, Frithric, last one there's a rotten egg. I did in fact catch one with 1 fruit worm. So I guess I, you know, took care of the loot table fairly well that time. That Staples button, that was easy. I was afraid that was going to take a lot longer because I was like, okay, well, it's fishing, and fishing always takes a little while, but nope. Let's hope we get that kind of luck in the level 80 quest as well. But for now, we've got some spare time as a result of that. We might get a couple of the role quests at level 80 done because of it. We'll see. How did it go? I caught a fish that almost no one has caught, so how do you think it went? It is very dead now, though. So maybe catching a rare fish and then forcing it to die was not such a good idea. I hope I didn't accidentally, like... You'd think you would have stuck it in the little hydroponics pond you guys have over there. Oh, we got 2? Well, now that's 2 dead calico trout. I don't know if this is a good idea, guys. Which will free us up to go get fish for medicine, right? Alright, good. Well, I hope so. Alright, so let me know what we're fishing up next, and I'll go fish it up. Actually, already fished it up, to be clear, but... Don't tell them the fish isn't fresh. Okay, good. Lay it on me, Frithric, and I'll go fish it up. Even though I already have. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a very good thing, so how do we fix it? Okay. Yeah, well, that makes sense. Yeah, I was gonna say, amber monkfish, those are the ones that are out in the, like, the sand rivers of Amarang. So, they spend plenty of time out of water. I've done plenty of dune fishing, Frithric, don't even worry about it. They are ugly little blighters, he's correct, and also they have teeth. I can even show you, because again, the fish are not fresh. They are on the second page. Oh, I can get rid of this. I don't need that anymore, that's a quest item. Amber monkfish, right there, next to the Moebi shrimp. Ugly little buggers. I don't need these mushrooms or anything anymore. I'm just going to leave this stuff here because I can sell all of it. Or actually, you know what? Let's do this so I don't forget. Because the only thing that I need now for the culinarian deliveries is the stuff on that line below it. So stick the rest here. Whoops. There. I'll just sell all of it later. Oven meat, Kaisel greens, curly parsley, high quality hollandaise sauce, and yak milk, along with all of this stuff. And we'll be done, and my inventory will not be bursting full anymore, so that's a good thing. Alright, back to Iola. Okay, there's some... These are... I think that's blacksmith-oriented crystals. I guess the fire crystals are nice. I don't use ice crystals, so... Like on any of the crafting classes I have. Hi, Iola. Sure, I've got a moment to listen. I'd say yeah, it does. Oh, okay. I don't know if paying Eisman less than what he's worth would be a good idea. Let's try to expand the client list. I feel like he'd appreciate that a little more. Yeah. Oh, you really want to go treat with the Numu? I mean, I guess they did have lots of need for Forge Masters back in the day, so... Well, don't worry about entering the domain. Yes, I am well known to the Numu, and I can converse with the pixies. These quests are literally all going to take me to Ilmeg, aren't they? Alright, sounds like a plan. In Weathering, that's close to Ilmeg. Okay, well, I guess we'll go to Ostal. Could have just gone out to Lakeland and flew a little bit of a ways, but we've got time. We don't have time to waste today. I want to make sure I get as many of these quests done as I can. Whoops. Now get the Ka out. There we go. Too bad I can't get to Mount Speed level 2 without paying for it in Shadowbringers. I kind of like just like not flying the car. Especially when they have such clear-cut roads down there, you know? I just kind of like... Sometimes I kind of just like driving the car on the ground. I don't know, I always liked driving in Final Fantasy 15, even though it was mostly automated. Like, it just felt nice to just travel around the big open spaces they had for you, you know? Had that same sort of a feeling of a vista that Skyrim always had for me, where it wasn't just packed chock full of things to do. Sometimes it just gave you an opportunity to look at the landscape in the countryside and just marvel, you know? It's nice to do that sometimes. Well, you won't have to worry about that, Iola. We'll be good to go. We'll just get in there, I'll tell the pixies what's up, and then we'll head for the Numu. Let's just hope that she's not a leaf man by the time I go through this gate. Well, she made it up the road pretty good. Yeah, like, see, this is what I like to just do sometimes on clear-cut roads like this. Just kind of travel in the car. But with only Mount Speed 1 like this, you end up only going, like, maybe 20 miles an hour. When you're up at Mount Speed 2, it's closer to, like, 30. So, oh, did she go all the way to Plaini? Wow, she really did. Okay, well, then I guess we'll teleport over there, won't we? Although, is it worth it to teleport there and then just go out of the cave? I might as well just fly there. I'm already pointed at it. Regalia Type F, engage travel route. I don't think I'm technologically apt enough to even know what that means. Once we get there. So the Numu are going to want something in exchange for their services. If this quest ends here, it might be worth engaging in New Game Plus to take care of the level 80 tank roll quest while I'm still in Plaini, and then I can go back to the Crystarium and turn in the tank roll quest and this one. So basically, like, get this quest to the point where it's going to have me go back to the Crystarium anyway, and then do the tank roll quest. And, you know, just turn them both in, you know. So I think we might do that, just to make it easier. Hang on, look at me. What do you got? Oh. What was touching your face then? Okay. There she goes. I don't know what to think of this one. She gets nervous over everything. What do you think these Namu would feel like all of a sudden just a car comes flying through here? Like, what the hell is that thing? That is not magical. That is technology. You know, and while we're here, we'll probably play Triple Triad as well, because there's a Namu NPC over there that has Triple Triad cards. So, might as well. So what do you think of the village of the Namu, Iola? I did, yes. Nice to see you again. She is. More of a professional business relationship we have, but you know. I don't know that they have any Vobert golds left, but okay, I guess they do. Metal and finer things, yeah. Gold and silver. Oh, okay, a sensor. And you mean me by that. Okay, well. Sure, sounds like a plan. Are you gonna be okay getting back, though? Okay, I guess she'll be fine getting back. I wonder if I should do the tank role quest now while I'm here. Well, let's do the Triple Triad first, and then we'll do the tank role quest while I'm here, because Sol Ul over there is where that starts, so. First Triple Triad, then the role quest. Sure. Sounds like a plan. Let's see what you got. Swap. Okay. Dissension, so I don't want to use my Ascension deck, and then plus. Those are some funky rules you've got there, friend, but I'll see what I can do. Please don't take my Noctis card. Okay. Oh, I got the Fail card. Alright, that's cool. I don't know if that was a good place to play Diablos Hollow, but okay. What do I stick in there instead? I guess I can stick arrows there. Yeah, I got an arrows card, and it was just flat out better than the Magitech Sky Armor I was using, so I said, you know what, I'll just use that. It's fine. Noctis? Oh no. And this is why I hate Plus. Because it just fucks with everything like this. He can't take Noctis back. I don't think he's got anything that would let him do that. So, Behemoth, win me the game? Yeah, there we go. Oh, I got a card. A Porksea card. Alright, cool. Thanks. That Porksea card will be approximately not useful at all, but sure, I'll take it. Okay, so, since we're already here, might as well finish things out. Omega, can you start the simulation again? I gotta do my level 80 role quest, or else they're not gonna like me down when I finally find this Grenold guy. Thanks, buddy. I fucking hate this contrivance, god damn it. And I hate that Square Enix turned it into a canon thing, too. Why? Anyway, let's go back and do this while we're here. Ideally not at 8:15 this time. Alright, so, last quest in the tank roll quests. To Loved and Lost. Honestly, I'm kind of okay with not getting, like, the DPS role quest done today, if that's what it comes to, because then Cole might have the chance to get his Black Mage to 80 by Thursday, and then he can do it with me, so. Yeah, so you kind of shirk the responsibility in your, you know, by doing that, so pretty much, yeah. So we need to take you past that. Excuse me. Yes, use the love to find your way and finally put Brandon to rest. How about that? Because that love is powerful, and you can rely upon it. There you go. Honor her memory by living your life the way she would have wanted you to? Right, exactly. Because they wouldn't want you to remember them being dead. Who'd want that? Slap you, grandson? No, but I'm pretty sure... Okay, I guess I have been, but I'm pretty sure Brandon's going to do plenty of that when we go fight him. Okay, cool. And then they went ahead and took them, not knowing that the Chaosine would viciously murder them in the process. And anyone that put their hands on them. Yeah, probably. Well, that sounds about right. Again, it's more of a reflex for him, and since we all know that the Sin Eaters are basically just puppeting these flesh bags around. Okay, so all we gotta do is find the Claws of Orthus, and then we'll take care of this. Oh, okay. Ah, so you cast a glamour over it to make sure no one could find it. Makes sense. I'll follow you, grandson. Let's go put the Chaosine to rest permanently. Now, how far out of the way did he go? A little bit out of the way, yeah. But I can teleport to Little Iran for 50 and then just go from there, so... Could have also just taken an Amaro, but it wouldn't have flown off to the side there. So we'll just go like this. Parvati, take me there. That lady had a gigantic summoner's horn. A lot of people prefer having the summoner's horn on their glamours because it's traditional to a lot of the summoners. They wear ceremonial horns on in other Final Fantasy games. And I mean, I understand it. It's kind of like a focus, basically, for their magics. But I've always compared summoning in this game to more like Persona summoning. So it never really was something that I ever saw myself doing. I was never like, okay, well, I'll wear the head dong, you know. It's like, okay, no, doesn't really appeal to me. I do have the powder on me, so Ul gave it to me. So let's use it. Let's see if Brandon shows up. I wonder if Granson's gonna be the main tank here, or if I'm gonna be the main tank. I guess I'll see how his HP feels after this, and then I'll go from there. Hell, we might have to co-tank it, because there might be reinforcements that he'll want me to take while he keeps Brandon busy. So I'm gonna guess, yeah, that's the claws. How do we know it's not the other ring in there? You sure he's not just going to confront us himself? He probably has a pretty keen spider sense for these things. Well, speak of the devil, and he will come. That's what I said. She'd probably slap him silly. So let's slap him silly for her with our swords. I feel like I'm back in Ishgard, Paladin versus Dark Knight. Sickness must be purged. Wait, that guy was a white mage. Never mind. All right, grandson, let's do this. You main tanking or me? You didn't turn your tank stance on, so I guess it's me. All right then. Let's see what you got, Brandon. Pretty tanky. I guess that makes sense. I don't even know what the hell's going on. There's so much shit happening on the screen right now. Like there's so much. I'm just glad I got through my whole DPS window before he started spirits withouting me. Where do you think you're going? No, but seriously, where do you think you're going? Yeah. Yes, he did do that. This thing's gonna blow up, isn't it? Burning brand. That was the blood weapon. Okay. Stand with me, grandson. I'm glad you gave your cell vulnerability down. I'm gonna need that in a second. Still with you. He's trying to use his chivalry things, I think. Okay. I can dodge AoEs, I think. How about you stop that and come fight me like a man? Why did I say that like a sheep? Great spears. Okay. I don't know where Granson's going. Oh, okay. Is that it? That's it. Alright. I should save my Seraph Blade. Save my Salted Earth for the next DPS window. Sloppy! This guy likes moving, doesn't he? Might makes right. I don't know about you, man, but I'm gonna keep DPSing. Despite the stuff he wants us to stand in. Oh, okay. Which one do I do first? I'm just gonna shadow wall this. Okay, there we go. That's fine. I don't know how you would do that, because I think the pillars and the circles resolved at the same time. So, I mean, I guess you just take a hit. You're a tank, so you could do that, but it seems a little odd. Stop moving. Almost kind of looked like Frey just jumped over that Seraph Blade. Might as well reprise this. That did not look like a Sanctified Holy. That looked more like Rain of Arrows. But alright. Or Rain of Death, rather. I think Rain of Arrows is something else. I don't remember what game that's from. Ow. Alright, who's he branding this time? Okay. Can I give you TBN? Yes. And it will most definitely break. Yep. You felt that one? I put the Blackest Night on you. How did you feel it? Let's see. Where are you gonna put the... Oh, okay. Safe right here. Stay right where I am. Plant my feet. Keep my uptime. It's like, what do I still got in the old bag of tricks? Behind him. Grandson behind him. I don't... Okay, I do have reprisal, but apparently he's just gonna eat it. That's fine, he's a tank, he'll be okay. Think. Okay, good. I can just stand here. I can stand here. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to... Oh, okay. There you go. Just move in. So. Alright, come over here then if you want to do that to me. Just keep running in circles. Grandson, maybe don't stand there, buddy. How do I stop this? Grandson, I can't do that. How? Okay, I was standing in the right spot anyway. How about no Bright Sphere? How about die? Okay, got him. It's a good thing these guys don't have the problems that with dying that Ascians do. Makes our job a lot easier. Because then I don't have to go find, like, black orosite or something to get rid of them. Just go to the void. Hey, so, you guys don't need these black crystals, do you? Hey, Cloud of Darkness, do me a solid. Let me borrow one of these. Speaking of borrow one of these. Here's Brandon's Soul Crystal. And I guess he has some parting words for us. Well, now you can meet her in the afterlife, Brandon. No, I think these are just like his last words, buddy. He doesn't want to let go of her, he wants to live by her. So, oh, there he is. That's the normal one, I think. See, he came to the same conclusion that you came to at the end, the grandson. So now you really have to follow through with this. Wouldn't want him looking down on you and being like, man, what did I try to tell you? Oh, well, there's the other treasures. I mean, we could give them back to the Namu. They did make them, I think, right? So let's go tell Sol the good news, and then we'll go back to the Crystarium. Yeah, probably for the best. But it doesn't teleport you back. Oh, man. Like, I wish that these quests would do that sometimes, though, because sometimes it's just so far away that they want you to go, you know? It's fine, I'll just teleport myself, but... It's like, you walk off into the distance with the other NPC walking directly next to you, and then what do? Just, like, stop and dissociate, and then all of a sudden they're like, hey, you coming or what? And you just don't answer, and then you're out of the cutscene and they're gone. It's like, what the hell? Excuse me. Well, so, we found the 3 sacred treasures, and we also laid Brandon to rest forever, yeah. We are not dead. Are you sure you need to ask that question? Well, yeah, that's fair. You made your peace with yourself before you guys fought, so... Yep. I mean, to be fair, you did get a TBN that probably prevented you from some serious wounds. He was, yes. I mean, you did serve the royal family, so probably. Let's just hope this doesn't bring any Sin Eaters knocking on their door. Alright, sounds like a plan, Grandson. I'll meet you back there. The detour is probably him going to Calusia, where we saw him standing when reality was breaking apart from my quest glitching out. It's happened in the past, yeah. I'd rather it stop happening, but you know. Sounds like a plan, Soul. I'll try to come visit you. Might have reason to eventually. Alright, back to the Crystarium. We have our return. And then once we finish this, we can exit out of New Game Plus, and we can go ahead and go back to doing the stuff with Iola. So we'll do that. Probably what I'll do is I'll finish up Iola's quest and Theuna's quest, and then I might call it a day at that point, and we'll do the DPS role quests on the next episode. And then we'll move on with the plot. Because basically what we need to do after that point is I want to get as far as I can into the thing. Basically, we need to get to the closest place in the Tempest that we can be to where Emmett wants to meet us on Thursday in order for us to get done with it. So I'll do the best I can. Glad to see you too. So where'd your detour take you? Yeah, well, you were standing in the corner by yourself, so that sort of also gives you a little bit. That's all good, grandson. You needed help, and I gave it to you. That's all. So what's next? How will you honor the memory of your fallen friend? Well, that's probably true. Sin Eaters are still out there, so... That is what they ended up doing before whatever business took them to the ends of the earth, so... So go join Clan Nutsy. That sounds like a plan. Later, grandson. And you as well. I don't know why he's happy to be looking up at radioactive sky, but I guess he's thinking of his beloved, so that probably helps with the retina damage that he just incurred. Unable to suspend or complete New Game Plus quest from your current location, please try again from a different location. What does that mean? Okay. Man, that glitch was something. It tried to cuck me right at the end, too. Thanks, Square Enix. Real cool. Okay, anyway. Back to quests that are not glitched out. Let's go up to the Crystalline Mean. I don't even know why skipping the cutscene allowed me to complete it, whereas watching it all the way through did not. But you know what? It's behind us now. Let's just hope that the game doesn't break more, or I'm going to have to ask them for my last month's sub money back. The last few months worth of sub money back, because their game is broken, and I'm not paying for a broken video game. Anyway. That was intimidating to you? Iola, what have you seen in your life that's intimidating to you? I hope so. Alright then. Eisman, I'll take the materials. Okay, so, sensor. Let's make a sensor. Intricate sensor. So this obviously has to be high quality. Yep. It's a good thing it won't take hardly a damn thing for me to do that. Alright, now here's my question. That should go all the way up, right? 1525? Yeah, that's all the way up. If it was 2555, it would be a different story, but no, that's all the way up. And now we just intensive and it's done. Level 80 gear is pretty damn good, as it turns out. Well, I have the best sensor I could possibly craft for you, so here you go. I mean, I can make another one. It wasn't that hard. You guys still have the materials, right? Oh, I do fancy a game of cards, but I just said no as if I didn't have Triple Triad unlocked. Couldn't we have just done that instead of just sitting here chatting away? I mean, whatever. I guess we found something to talk about. Oh, it's his Porksy. Hello. No, that is in fact a flying talking pig, Iola. They're pretty normal. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I guess he can communicate through this Porksy. Don't you mean censor by Porksy rather than censor by proxy? Why is the Monopoly Man on top of that censor? Is he going to bankrupt me and take all my property? Well, good. You need it for pests. Oh. I suppose that makes sense. Cool. Well, now you'll have people to trade this stuff, so... Oh, boy. Assuming you can provide sensors like this, we will continue to feed you gold coins. Well, that's good, I guess. So what about the ring that you mentioned before, Iola? Well, you never know. Sentimental can drive the bills. I mean, just look at Theuna. Maybe we'll have to help her friends help her see the light. Alright, share the plans and the details with me as soon as this Fade to Black is over, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll see what Theuna's up to, and then it'll be after 7:30 probably, so... Let's just see what our next task is. I already have it, obviously, but, you know. Well, veteran artisans with money in their pockets, so yeah, that definitely helps. Oh, okay. Right, well that makes sense. So how do you want to supply them to keep you guys in the money there? Well, that's true. They used to make them out of petalite, actually. Okay, that sounds pretty easy. As a matter of fact, I've already done it, but we won't be turning it in until later, so... Alright then. So yeah, the last one is that nullifying neck piece that you saw on the second page of my inventory there. So we'll just turn that in once we're done with 5.0. In the meantime, Theuna... Okay, this is leatherworker stuff, so I guess at least I'm playing the right class one time. Well, it's not a matter of being deep in thought, Theuna, it's a matter of you not getting enough sleep. Okay, so what do you need to know about Owl here? Right. Probably true, yeah. Unfortunate, but probably true. Oh. I mean, we could go get a stiff drink for you, but yeah, there you go. He ordered you a drink from Glinard. Remember that they have tomestones and stuff. No, I don't know if he's going to summon Owl. Well, I guess there's only one way to find out, so off we go. So probably, based on what we've done so far, I think what's going to end up happening is we'll do the 2 DPS role quests at the beginning of the next episode, and then we've got Ether Current quests to do in the Tempest itself, along with the Ether Currents, of course, we need to find. Let's see, where would be the best place to go here? Probably here. But basically what I think is going to end up happening is we're going to get to the place where all of the final boss shenanigans are going to happen. And then on Saturday's stream, we'll do the Ether Current quests that are in that area while we wait for Cole to get on, and then we'll just confront the final boss after that. It'll probably be a little over a 3-hour stream at that point, but that's okay. It's not a huge deal. It's not like we haven't been doing that for a while already. So you didn't get her a drink, but you did get Owl here. Alright then. Maybe don't antagonize him there, Allegan Node. Go to sleep mode. Wah, wah. Oh, I was gonna say, is he gonna fall on the ground, or... Yes, yes he is. I don't know that it's play. Yeah, there's... That sentimentality means something to people, man. Yeah, well, unfortunately, you're not thinking of this in terms of, you know, like ethical terms. The shortage that she alleviates is a shortage of people's hope by restoring things that give them hope. You're only thinking in terms of the practical, you fucking idiot. Tiuna, speak up! Don't make me do all this for you. God damn it, nobody listens to me. Oh good, she didn't factory reset you. No, you already did that, so maybe let's not make things worse. I don't know, he kind of sounds like he's always been that way. It's a wonder that he took after your master at all. Well, sure, but you're gonna need to give me some details or I can't help you. Alright. I'm just trying to figure out how this quest is going to take me to the Feywild. Unless the materials he was trying to procure took him to Ilmeg and got him turned into a leaf man, in which case, well, yeah, that's generally what happens when you go to Ilmeg without having an in with the pixies. Okay, so how do we plan on doing that? Okay, and what is that? Keep the rust ball in check. We could improve the appearance of the workshop. That would potentially draw new customers, just thinking that something new's happening here. Yeah. That's true. We could make a sign. Seems so simple. I don't know how anyone's going to see the sign from in here. I figure the sign at the top of this thing that says Crystalline Mean would be enough, but sure, I'll fashion a sign. Not exactly a woodworker anymore, but I'll do my best with what materials I have. Alright then. I apparently don't require them at the moment because I need to make a sign out of leather somehow. I'm confused. Anyway, I'm just gonna make it. No thinking, just consume product. No, I wasn't even gonna need it because I got the good. Oh well. Okay, I have made a sign out of leather. Whatever. Here you go. If it's modeled in the game, it will take on the exact, yes, appearance that it always does. It is completely made out of wood. I don't know how I made that out of leather working. Anyway. Shoestring budgets, anyway. That's all good. I hope you're right, so... Alright, well then show me what you got and we'll do the next project and then we'll do this restoration that you want to do to strum on his heartstrings. Oh, okay. Is this the next project? Oh, okay. Hmm. Oh, that makes sense. That is the power that music has, yes. So I'm gonna guess you want me to restore this thing with my leather working knife somehow. Like, they give you the materials for leatherworking as a reward for this quest, but this is definitely a carpenter quest line. Oh well. What can you do, I guess? You know, that makes sense. We'll see what we can do about it. So probably we're going to need some other materials in the meantime, and then we'll work on the loot once we hit the top of the quest line here. Because there's still another set of deliveries to do before the loot becomes the primary target here. Probably, yeah. Well, thankfully, Nadia and I happen to know where the Exarch hails from, so... Oh, okay. He's being forced to not say anything by the plot. Maybe you should tend to your node while I tend to these deliveries that you've got for me. And the deliveries in question, I forget what these ones are. Yeah, loot repair materials, so we can use them in the level 80 quest, so there you go. Alright, I still feel like doing stuff. Let's go see Lurik in Calusia and see if we can take care of that quest. So then all we'll have to do is the magic DPS quest after this. Although that one might not be a bad idea to do while doing this quest, honestly, because that one takes us into Calusia. But, whatever. This is going to take us to Raktika and then back to the Crystarium anyway, so... might as well just do it now. See, I'm prepping as much as I am for this because and trying to do stuff for longer than 3 hours because I'm afraid of the fact that we might not get everything done by Saturday. And I would like to get 5.0 done by Saturday because I think it'll leave us in a good spot in terms of time for when Cole goes on his vacation. So, try to do the best we can. Because basically what'll happen then is it'll give us about a week to do the in-between stuff between 5.0 and 5.1. And then when he gets back from his vacation, we can do the stuff from 5.1 on. And then it'll be about 15 streams after that, and we'll be done, I think. Roughly. Lurik, I was born ready. Okay, what's the confession? Is this going to cause a problem? Well, yeah, I think I got that part already. Not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but... anyway. So what do you want to do exactly? Yeah, I don't know about that. It depends on what you've got to work with. Well, that makes sense. Wouldn't that also cause a problem for Lurik, though? He has a very keen sense of hearing because he's a Mistel, so... I guess so. Oh, Jesus. Well, that's gonna be a bit of a problem. Because we might need some of that money to get this noisemaker, I think. You tell him to piss in his own cornflakes! Tell that asshole, Lurik. This guy's very good at his job. He's very formal. Okay, I guess we're going back to the crystalline mean then. There you go. Yeah, I don't know what that's gonna do with what they're gonna do with that information, but I guess we'll see what comes of it later. For now, we have to go take care of Rendere. my return is back. Good. Who the hell is Loith? I don't think I've ever seen a Loith in the crystalline mean, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Okay, well, they're off to the side, so that's probably why I've never seen a Loith. Hell, Loith might only be here as a result of this quest, you know? So. What's all this then? Yeah, so do you guys know how to make a noisemaker? Oh my god. Lurik, not time to lose resolve. Go get the poop that he needs in order to make this sand. Sure, I'll do that. Thanks. I guess it's good that they're not making me gather more poop. I already did enough of that for the samples for the Samael, so. Where am I meeting him? I'm going all the way to the pendants? Okay. So if he washes his hands before he goes back there. Good lord, man. And really, the only reason why I wanted to do all of this stuff is because a lot of this stuff is instanced, so, like, I knew it was going to take a while. I'm just trying to make sure that we have enough time, that's all. So that's why I'm trying to push it a little, you know? But I'm not trying to push it while Cole is here, because that's asking too much, so. Well, good. I hope that you wash those gloves afterwards. Oh, he made arrows out of them. Well, that's interesting. So you have noisemaker arrows now? Yeah. All right, then. So back to Raktika so we can put these things to the test. All right, and yeah, I was going to say it's probably back outside of Slitherbow where we went the last time, so that's where we'll go. Parvati, you can take me there. Mizuko's done a little... Did Mizuko do anything today? I don't remember if I've actually had her out flying me anywhere, but she'll be doing the brunt of the flying around once we go to the Tempest anyway, because it's underwater, so naturally she'd be the one that I'd want to pick for that job. Only makes sense to me. So, Fate joined, EXP bonus. Thanks, but I don't need it, so no thanks. Alright. Well, it hasn't happened so far in the past couple of times I've fought these Sin Eaters, so I will do the best I can. Oh, well, there she is. And here come all her friends. So, which one are we taking on first? I mean, defeat the leader and the rest will scatter, but... My brain is working. Alright then. Let's see what we can do. They do have 2 tanks, though, and a healer, so that could be a bit of a problem, but I'll see what I can do. I'm not going to be able to hide to reset my mudras, because instances don't let me do that. So I guess I'll just do this, even though I'm pressing the button anyway. Alright, anyway, who wants some first? How about you? Just enough time to do it. That's it. Keep casting. Now. Okay. Lurik, are you okay? Not really keen on finding the Immaculate Warrior or the Immaculate Knight at the moment, so I'll just fight the mages and get some of their damage out of here. This is a little wild, isn't it? Oh well. Probably fine. Can't tell if the Warrior's... No, the Warrior's hitting Lurik. And it looks like he can heal himself, so I think I'm keen to let it keep doing that. Let him sprint after him. You go get him, Lurik. Throw Cyclone. I don't think so. Oh, that's an insight. Maybe be a little careful there, Lurik. I don't need you dying and failing the instance on me like the last time, although that was Render Ray, not you, so... Oh look, no positionals. That's nice. Well. I might as well bunch in. I'm supposed to use it on cooldown, so... I actually didn't use it as part of my opener, which is kind of sad because I should have. I'm just messing up the whole rotation because I haven't played Ninja in a little while. Oh well. I don't have as much of a reason to play the game outside of actually playing these on the stream anymore, honestly. So... I should have saved that for the Knight, who's definitely going to be a lot harder to kill. Your fight is with me now, Knight! Oh, that's not good. Let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. I couldn't because I was Tenshi Jinning. I need you to understand. And then I tried to Shikuchi out, and I tried to click on Andrea, and it didn't click on her, so I ended up stuck in it. Oh well. What can you do, right? I might as well use one of these. There you go. See, like, that's when you'd use Forked Raiju, which is off cooldown, basically. Like, not where, you know, you'd expect to use it. Lurik, anytime you want to use one of those fancy potions on me, buddy, that'd be nice. Bodkin volley. Ow. Am I alright? No, look at my HP bar. Okay, it's going back up, it's fine. I better use this. No, okay. My bone up is going good. Well, at least not like fighting that one lady in Hamtara hard mode. Her arrows hurt. And where exactly do you think you're going, sir? Absolutely nowhere. That's where you're going. Alright, Andrea. Let's put you to pasture, shall we? Actually, to save my punch in. Well, that was a little bit tricky AoE too. She's using Sagittarius arrow outside of the thing, but she didn't do the bow. Now I know it's a Sin Eater in there. I'll do one more 3-hit combo, and then I'll do my trick attack combo. Hang on, Lurik, I'm on my way. Can I Tenshi Jin now? Yes, I can. Good. See there, that's the whole rotation right there. You put the Bunshin in right before you do the Raiju, and then if you're at 90, you would do a Forked Raiju right there. and that's how it would go. But that's the problem, right? Is that the Forked Raiju would happen outside of buff windows, and it's supposed to be strong, so you would normally use it during buff windows. But again, the person who put Forked Raiju into the game evidently didn't play Ninja, because if they did, they would know that you don't use Forked Raiju in... Well, okay, so you use Raiton in a burst window, but you immediately follow that up with an Ice Shuriken. If you delay the Ice Shuriken, you'd be delaying something with 1300 potency for something with a maximum of like 650, which doesn't even make any sense. And you lose the Raiton stacks too if you don't use them immediately, so it's like, what were you guys thinking? Were you thinking at all? Looks like Rendere's Wind Crystal. Or, Ice Crystal? Did Brendan have the Water Crystal? I don't remember. Point is, it's a Soul Crystal. And now she's here to give us some parting words of advice. Well, a figment from the crystal of the real Rendere, but yeah, same difference. There's that Shadow Keeper again. Must have happened before the flood. Maybe that was their final boss. Sounds like she's reminiscing on the whole thing about the flood, because they gave their lives to stop the flood, even though it was really just Heidelin's doing, for the most part. Well, sounds like you've got a new story to tell there, Lurik. Rendere's story instead of ours. Yeah, so her and the rest of the heroes withstood the flood for a few extra moments to allow the actual source crystal to fix things, so it's a long story, though. I don't know if you even know what the hell I'm talking about when I talk about source crystals, though there's only one source crystal. Yeah, it's all good, Lurik. It wouldn't win you glory today, and that's precisely the problem. Yep, exactly. So I'm glad that you've turned over a new leaf. Yeah, probably a good idea. I'll meet you there. So I guess he's gonna stay in Calusia? Oh wow, it doesn't even... Yeah, it's not even finished in Calusia. Alright, well I'll go back to Yulmore, I guess. And just use the crystal to go outside to Gate Town to get there faster. I could have gone to Stilltide, but it still took a little while to fly to his location from there. This might actually be a little bit faster. Why is that person drowning themselves in this 2 inches of water? Questions for later. For now, Parvati, take me where I'm going so I can finally stop playing this game today. Like I said, though, it's worth it to play it a little longer if it means that we get done with what I wanted to get done by the time, Saturday rolls around, and then before Cole goes on vacation. Well, I'm just glad that she's finally going to actually get the peace that she probably deserves, because it's been 100 years and she sure hasn't. Well, I'm glad that you're not going to be writing the story about us now. Write the story about them. They deserve it more. Alright, Olvara. Well, that's because it is true. She brought them down with the help of her friends. Just took a little help, that's all. Alright, my return spell's got less than a minute left, but I'll just teleport. It's not like I'm lacking for funds at this point. Alright, let's go talk to Lurik, turn this quest in, and then I'll probably just go straight to Mordsuk, because that's where the last role quest will be. And that's what we'll be up to next. Got another smorgasbord, huh? Alright, fair enough. Might as well enjoy it since I'm going back out to the desert. If I don't get my fill now, They're gonna ask me to eat those worms again. Well, a hell of a lot more than I've let on, because where do I even start? So they sort of managed to come across worlds to try to save this one. They were spooked by an Asian that told them precisely the opposite way to save their world. They tried to kill all of us, and then the Mother Crystal from the source went back with them, and that's why the flood stopped. Yeah, it's pretty damn preposterous. Yeah, that sounds about right. I appreciate that, Lurik, but hopefully I won't be in mortal peril for much longer. Well, that's okay. You've got time to grow, that's all. It's not that you can never walk it. And besides, why would you want to walk my path? I've killed hundreds of people and thousands of animals in my life. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, even though he relishes it. You can walk a new path. A path that doesn't involve violence. Except it makes you feel alive to commit violence, and we need to beat that out of you. So then cherish that time, Lurik. That's the important thing now. Yeah. Well, it was fun. I'll see if I can come see you guys eventually. But take care of her in the meantime. But are we finally strong enough to take care of Nielbert and complete our quest to slay the cardinal virtues? And what depths will we have to plumb in order to find Emmett Selk in the Tempest? Find out on the next episode of Final Fantasy XIV Shadowbringers, the Stream Edition, which will be happening on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh boy, you'd think I would have learned my lesson after Saturday. Thank you for watching, everybody. I appreciate you coming out to Twitch and YouTube to check out the stream, and I'll see all of you on the next one, which, as I said, will be on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, take care, and have a good one. See if I can con Cole into getting his Black Mage to level 80 by then as well, because that will make this a little more poetic, I suppose.